Yes, guys. Yes, people. Apologies for the lateness, because fucking hell. Like, that's shit even by my standards. But literally everything was just playing against me today. Everything. The fucking thumbnail editor wasn't working. The laptop wasn't working. Everything. Everything was going back because we've had work being done on the house as well. It's all long. It's all long, but big up to the 250 of you, man, who still waited. Genuinely appreciate that a lot, because if you all just fucked it off, I wouldn't have blamed you. It's a dead news day anyway. It's a fucking dead news day, but we're going to delve into all of the news for whatever there is to discuss. I don't feel like this is going to be a long stream, even though I have a habit of always saying that, and then it just turns into fucking chaos. So we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Big up to my guys. Big up God of Frogs. Big up True Blue. I'm glad you guys are at least used to it, so appreciate that. Everything turned into Kai and flopped. Big facts. I said I was doing the Undertaker walk earlier. That was a great comment. That was a great comment. Big up to my guy Josh in the comments. Big up to JB. Big up to Bertram. Big up everybody that's in here. Again, check out Jerseys FC if you want to be the first to get the new Chelsea home kit. Link is down in the description below. Use the code CarefreeLewisG for 20% off all kits, not just Chelsea, all kits. If you're a little player stand and you want to get your little Havertz and Mount shirts, you can use my code for it as well. At least we're consistent, unlike the other two. But yeah, plenty to get into. What am I lying about? Plenty to get into. Like, it's the same shit. So Caicedo news, yay. Lavia, we're going to talk about the Lavia situation, even though I feel like we've left that a little bit too late. There's a little bit on Cho, Kudus as well. That's about it. That's about it for right now. Yeah, I don't see anything else. That's just the 4 topics. But Slonina news. Big up to Danish Maldini. I saw someone put a Slonina update earlier. I gotta scroll back. I'm so far behind. Here it is. Belgian side, Kaz. Speaking of Kaz, big up to Kaz and Never a Foul for the raid. Big up to my guys. I'll be seeing you lot tomorrow. Yeah, big up to Never a Foul. Head over there and like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. So, Kaz Yupin closing on deal to sign Slonina on loan from Chelsea. I'm not going to pretend I've heard of this club before, but cool. That must mean we're going for a goalkeeper then. Must mean we're going for a goalkeeper. There is no way we're doing up Kepa and Betlinelli for a season. No way we're doing that. So, yeah, that gives me a lot more confidence in the goalkeeper front. We have to be going for a goalkeeper now. We're not going to have Betlinelli as the number 2. We're not that stupid. So, cool. That's good. That's good. I like that. Really good news. Best of luck to Slonina. Barely watched you play, but apparently you're a great talent. So I hope you do well there. I hope you come back as a better goalkeeper. Great. Great to see. Okay, was there a Fabrizio tweet then? Yeah, there it is. I'll put it up on the big screen for you guys. Cool. 1 year loan and yeah, deserved. Not even deserved, necessary. He shouldn't be sitting on the bench for another year. He shouldn't be sitting on the bench. Oh, Jamie Cumming is the number 2. I think I've watched him play once or twice in a couple youth games, but I don't think he ever really wowed me or anything. But that shouldn't matter. That shouldn't matter. We should be getting a number 2. This only confirms it. Now I don't really feel that worried about will Chelsea go for a goalkeeper, will they not? Because we're not walking in with Kepa and Betlinelli. That's dumb. That's dumb. Like, we don't even need to debate that shit. So calm. Yeah, a bit of an unfortunate name, but cool. What do you mean? You've been messaging me this a lot, Ryan. What do you mean by congratulations for getting Lavia? Because I don't really feel that confident that we get him. I think we've left this too late, and he already wants Liverpool more than Chelsea now, which I get. No. Look, when I say we need a number 2 goalkeeper, I don't think that they're going to be behind Kepa, because I don't rate Kepa. So let me just say this to be clear. When I talk about us needing a number 2, like, I'm expecting that number 2 to compete and probably overtake Kepa within the season. So we'll say a number 1 in future. But like, I'm not thinking Kepa starts. Like, we don't need him to start. Fuck that. Fuck that. But yeah, what do you mean by congratulations for getting Lavia? I feel like he's going to Liverpool. We haven't even agreed personal terms. Like, we've come in too late for him. I think he's a good midfielder. I want him at Chelsea. But he's leaning more towards Liverpool, and it makes sense because we were interested all year and then we never bothered to accelerate talks. So I doubt he feels that wanted by Chelsea. Or have Liverpool not agreed personal terms or whatever? Pies tweet, Caicedo is coming. The Zerbi tune has changed. Calm. Let's check Pies. What is Pies saying? Poch owes the team a dinner, says Joe. I'll get to that later. De Zerbi says, if Caicedo leaves, we need another big, important midfielder. Yes, I have a specific player in mind to replace him, but I don't want to tell you his name. We are waiting for the new situation. It can change or not. Why do I feel like that specific player in mind is Kudus? Because they're already linked with him, and he was meant to be I think he was meant to be the replacement. Or he's meant to be the McAllister replacement. One or the other, but they are linked for him. So I have a little feeling that it probably is going to be Kudus that they're talking about. We have the opportunity to do something hilarious here, get both of them, but we need to up the money. Let's call it what it is. 80 million is not going to be enough. They want 100 million. We have to meet them halfway. We got to at least try and meet them halfway. 80 million to 100 million, it's like, what's the point of us even continuing this conversation? It's dumb. We're too far off the valuation. Get in the middle. Get in the middle. Pause and all of that. But yeah. Get to 90 million or packages up to 90 million. I think maybe, just maybe, you see this go through. But yeah, I don't know. Not sure why Kudus... I'm not saying he would. I'm saying that's the player they have in mind. I'm more worried about Arsenal than I am about Brighton when it comes to Kudus, because apparently Kudus prefers Arsenal. Now, there's not... The weird thing about this is there's not been a direct source that says that, which makes me think it's a think piece. But if Arsenal do come in, UCL football versus what we have, I don't know. A little bit sticky. A little bit sticky. But that's why we need to get personal terms agreed now. We're close to it. They said it was imminent a couple days ago. So hopefully we hear that personal terms have been sorted either today or tomorrow, or at least by the end of the week. But the longer it takes, the more concerned I would become. It feels more like a McAllister replacement than a Caicedo one. But the point still stands. They're still linked with him, and I think they were he was a big target for them this summer. I don't think he goes to Brighton anyway, though. United have interest, Arsenal have interest, Chelsea have interest. I think all three of them look more attractive than Brighton do. All three of them. United, though, I'm not as worried about, only because they're only looking at Kudus as a potential alternative to Højlund, which I don't really understand, but whatever. That's what the reports say. That's what the reports say. Arsenal, they're not coming in for him yet because they need to focus on outgoings, which gives us a little window to secure personal terms and try and get the deal across the line. But Ajax also don't want to sell until they get a replacement in. So there's a couple layers to this entire situation. I think the whole Kudus situation is really going to heat up over the next week or so. But let's try and get personal terms sorted as soon as possible. Let's try and get it sorted as soon as possible. I saw AFTV reported, but I haven't seen the actual source. I haven't seen the source. I saw Darko tweet it as well, but again, like, I'm not seeing any big sources saying it, which makes me think either there's some truth to it or they just believe he would prefer Arsenal over Chelsea because of the European situation and where both teams are right now. But regardless, other teams are starting to circle around him. So let's move and let's try and get this deal done as quickly as we can afford to do it. Big up to Vinks. Big up to Vinks. I heard it's imminent, but it's not done yet. But it's basically close to being done. It's close to being done, but it's not actually done yet. Big up to Vinks for the donation. Big up, my guy. What else? What else do we have? People saying we ain't getting Kudus. Like, it's too early to say that. It's too early to say that. The only club that I think he would go to over Chelsea would be Arsenal. I don't think United, because I'd expect them to get Højlund. So I don't think they need Kudus. Brighton, I don't see him going to Brighton. It's probably just because I think they're a small club and everything. I don't see him going to Brighton straight up. I'd be fucking fuming if he picked Brighton over us. But yeah, point still stands. The only club I'd really be concerned about is Arsenal. And until Arsenal get rid of players, they're not really a big threat just yet. They're not a big threat just yet. What's happening with Brozier? Brozier's still in Cobham, bro. Brozier's still in Cobham. So, yeah, you won't see him this preseason. You won't see him this preseason. I think we should put pressure on Colwill to gain leverage over Brighton. He's doing... What? Bro, what's Colwill done wrong? Colwill ain't done anything wrong, bro. So, I don't understand that. Don't understand that, bro. Let me know what you think Colwill's done wrong, because I just think at the most he's been open-minded. He's willing to stay. He's willing to go. He just wants game time. Now he's definitely going to have game time. So, yeah. He ain't done nothing wrong. He ain't done nothing wrong. Not even Caicedo is picking Brighton over us and they pay his salary so Brighton can fuck off. Exactly. Brighton, I'm not worried about with this whole Kudus situation. I'm not worried. Like I said, it's only Arsenal that worry me a little bit with this one. That is it. Bro, Brozier is on a 4-year contract and he's just come off an ACL. We are not selling. No one's coming in for him. Like, forget even selling him. Nobody is coming in for him yet. Brozier is one of the last people you should worry about. One of the last people. Exactly. Colwill's just looking out for number one. And he's not moving like a snake about it. He's just not committed to anything. And that's fine. He's not done anything. He's not made a move to say he prefers Chelsea. He's not made a move to say he wants to leave. He is just existing and doing his job. That's it. That is it. Why don't we go for... I don't want... Bro, have you not watched all of Nicholas Jackson in pre-season to go for a guy with less goals than Vlahovic? Come on, bro. What are we doing? No. I don't even want to entertain Højlund to Chelsea. Fuck that, bro. I told you, I am signed out of the striker market until at least January. If he wanted to stay, he would change his profile picture to Chelsea, not Brighton. Bro, respectfully, you're moving like a girl. You're moving like a girl. I'm sorry. Like, this is the sort of thing, like, when your girl gets annoyed at you for not putting her initial in your at or some stupidness like that. So what, bro? He's playing in a Chelsea shirt. He's playing in a Chelsea shirt. It doesn't matter if he's in an Arsenal, if he's in a Brighton shirt. That don't mean anything, man. He'll change it sooner or later. Oh my gosh. It's just the profile picture. This is the sort of thing you'd argue with your girlfriend about for like 2 hours over some stupidness. Like, no, I don't care about his profile picture. I really don't care. Please, bro, forget about that. Colwill's in training. He's moving professionally. He's not done anything wrong. He's not done anything wrong, bro. Okay, yeah, we'll forget about that. Big up to Mitchy Boy. Big up to Mitchy Boy, my guy. Says, big up Lewis, my G. I swear down, I get so frustrated before these streams. And then I go live and everything is just vibes. Big up to all you man in the chat. Whether we agree or disagree on our takes, you guys make this entertaining. So genuinely, love to every single one of you guys. Big up to every single one of you guys. Let's get into the next topic. Lavia. Caicedo remains a proper priority, but Joe Shields has pressed and will press in the coming hours for Lavia, although he is leaning towards Liverpool. And Ben Jacobs also says the Chelsea counter is coming. Chelsea ready to move for Lavia and even prepared to table a higher offer than Liverpool, having bid 50 million for him a year ago. But Lavia is still sold on Liverpool. A move to Anfield remains more likely at this stage. Makes sense. Liverpool have done more to push this move than we have. See if you can get personal terms agreed. I have no problems with Lavia joining us. I've wanted him since last season. He'd be a little bit cheaper as well. Cool. Either that or just look away from England if you want somebody who'd be a little bit cheaper. Like, I don't know what's happening with the Kefrem Turan front, but I feel like we could go for him. If you're looking for more of a deeper player, you could play Zubi Mendy or something. Manu Kone. We used to talk about Manu Kone a lot on these streams. That could be a potential option for us too. But yeah, there are players there. There are other players there. It doesn't just have to be Lavia or Caicedo. Although I still feel like Lavia ends up joining Liverpool the way things are going so far. It's a bit of a moot point on this, but yeah. Chelsea apparently have a counter coming. Let's hurry it up. Let's hurry it up. We have Santos. We shouldn't go in for Lavia. I'd rather experienced midfielder if we don't get Caicedo. Haven't both of them only been in England for a year though? Or am I bugging? Am I bugging? Let me check. Yeah. No. Caicedo's been here for 2 seasons. He's been here for 2 seasons. Silly me. All right, cool. So there's like 1 season's difference. Still. Like, that's dumb. Oh, Kone ruptured his ACL. That's why we ain't heard about him. Okay, cool. So we can put Manu Kone on the shelf then. That's a shame. Really like the kid. Oh, well. We will see what happens on the midfield front. Like I've said, every single fucking day for the last 2 months. We will see what happens with the midfield. Boy. Any other news? Is there any chance Oblak's a possibility? Doubt it. And like that guy has declined. You don't rupture an ACL. So I'm guessing he probably has a long-term injury then. Let me check. He had a knee injury in June, and he should be back in mid-August. Okay, so yeah, there's no ACL injury. Yeah, there's no ACL injury. What the fuck? No, there's no ACL. There's no ACL injury. There's some knee problem that he'll be back from in a couple weeks. That's it. Danish Maldini says, calma, shush. What else do we have? Hudson Odoi. Understand Fulham have made a verbal proposal for Cho. It's around 4 million. Chelsea want 8 million. I can't believe this, man. We went from 70 million for Bayern to 8 million for Cho. Poor guy, man. This is a fall from grace. This is such a peak fall from grace. But I hope he does well at whatever club he goes to, because he is going to get sold. He has already agreed personal terms with Fulham. Don't know what's happening with the Lazio front. Maybe they come in. I think we're more willing to sell to him. To sell to Maurizio Sarri. And yeah, 8 million. Cool. It doesn't even annoy me. It's just more like, wow. Like, I don't rate Cho. So it's like, if I don't rate Cho, why am I going to moan about how much he leaves for? I don't really care. Like, it is what it is. But wow. Hey, he deserves better. Let's not do that. People are complaining about the club fighting for fullback. I don't care with the Cho situation. That's just the way I think about it. He's going to go. He's not doing anything to stop himself from leaving. We want low money for him. It will happen. best of luck and goodbye. Just goodbye. Like, this is the number one transfer that people should not be getting annoyed about. What the fuck do people have to moan about with a Cho deal? Like, what the fuck do we care? But yeah, people are complaining. Seek help. Seek help. 85 million plus 10 million add-ons. Brighton 100% will come to the table. Cool. They just need to drop another bid. 80 million wasn't going to be enough. It was never going to be enough. I still think it's going to take 90 million for Caicedo as a bare minimum. But if we get to 90 million and Caicedo still ain't forcing the move, then go to your plan B. Go to your plan B. Even if we get Caicedo, we'll need more midfielders as depth in the squad. But we're going for a 10-2. Let's look at it like this. If we go into the season with Enzo, Caicedo, and Cuckoo, and then we have, let's say, Kudus, Santos, and then you've got a mix between Chukwuemeka, Cassidy, Lewis Hall. That's more than enough of a midfield to go through for the season. More than enough. All we need is Caicedo, and we need a 10. That's it in terms of midfield. We don't need to stress too much. We don't need to stress too much about how many midfielders. Like, the biggest issue is just, can we please get Caicedo in? That's it. Who said Lingard? Get in the bin. Get in the bin. You know where you just realize what Cho is. Oh my gosh. Your preferred number 10. Kudus. Kudus. I want Kudus. I think he fits our system the best. Him or Elise. I'll be real. I'm not really that picky when it comes to either of them. I just think both of them suit us more than Cherky does. Both of them suit us more than Cherky. Because at least they have the off-the-ball attributes. Yep, Caicedo, Kudus, goalkeeper, and I am signed out. I am signed out. Yeah, what about Cherky? I don't think we're in for Cherky. I thought personal terms were agreed on him. Personal terms aren't agreed. So with that in mind, everything has just cooled off on the Cherky front in the last week or two. We're not in for him as far as things stand because nothing has been agreed. Nothing has progressed on that front. We've seen progression with Elise. Personal terms did get agreed. With Kudus, it's about to be agreed. Cherky, he was the first one we were linked with out of the three, and nothing's been linked. Nothing's been linked. So, don't know what we're doing. Don't know what we're doing. Gay news. I think there was Mark Gay news, but it was very minor. It wasn't anything massive to get into. Chelsea's interest in Palace defender Mark Gay is gathering pace, says Footy Insider 24/7. Great. Great. Yeah, that is it. That's it. There's not anything else. So yeah, link is going to go out. Link is going to go out. What are you saying about trying to trigger Dembele's 50 million release clause? I don't think it's that necessary, really. But if they want to go for Dembele, then go for it. We've got other areas I need to strengthen. I'm too busy thinking about the midfield and the goalkeeper to think about the wings. But yeah, link is going out. Link is going out. While I do this, as always, hit the like button and subscribe. Super chat if you want to guarantee your comment gets read out. And let's see who's in here. Let's see who's in here. Oh, my laptop's still bugging. Can't be asked. Calm. I think I sent that to everybody. Is everyone in? Yes. Yes, guys. What's everybody saying? What is everybody saying?
I'm saying the worst thing in
Yes,
it's a transfer window. That's what worst. I hate transfer windows.
I don't know. This is my favorite part of the year, but it's just a bit boring.
I know, but such an annoying thing. I hate transfer window.
The daily repost. The daily reposts.
Daily repost.
So, Caicedo. Oh, did you get a trim?
You got a trim, Fatur?
Oh.
Oh.
Look like a trim. Yeah.
Yeah, it looked a bit strong.
I think actually positive notes on the Caicedo thing situation, because all of a sudden he start actually talking. De Zerbi actually start talking, saying the possibilities of Caicedo leaving. You know what I'm saying? Like they need to do that.
The comments he made earlier about like needing a new midfielder if they get rid of Caicedo and that sort of thing.
Yeah. I think it's plus it kind of like he one step forward to be a nicer person, 2 steps back to be a dickhead. Like we lost Colwell. How will you lost Colwell when you never had him? Like we lost Colwell.
Yes.
If the possibility of leaving Caicedo, like how are you like? I don't know. It's just nonsense. But I think for me, I don't care about any position in the field as long as we get Caicedo. We can talk. You can convince me, but Caicedo is most important signing of this.
I don't think anyone. To be fair, I don't think anyone can argue that, considering the state of our midfield at the moment. The fact we might be down to, like, depending on what happens with Gallagher, we might be down to 3 or 4 midfielders, and I'd only really feel confident in 2 of them playing in the pivot going forward. So yeah, I don't think you can argue that he's the most.
You can argue that.
You can argue. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You can argue that I would be more confident if you retain Caicedo in the first team.
I watched the game on TV actually without like a replay, without jogging on for ice cream for the kids and shit. And Caicedo is more. Caicedo is more. He's more like he wants to be high up the field. He's not disciplined enough to be in a pivot.
I agree. I also don't think him and Enzo that was a horrible partnership.
I think they're kind of similar.
I'd say they're not bad players, but the partnership was not there. Like you could tell
exactly.
They want to do the similar sorts of things. Like they need a Santos or a Caicedo next to him to allow them to do what they're good at. Like they can't play together. They just it's kind of the you remember how Kante and Kovacic was? It was like as a partnership it just didn't really work because they wanted to do similar things. They're not bad players.
No, but the only difference with that, Scott, is that this kid is 19. You know what I mean? So he can be molded. He can be molded. Where like when we got Kovacic, he was already 25. Like it's hard to change habits that you've had for 8 years playing at the professional level, and that's gotten you to where you are. But at 19, you can definitely learn. This is like their first game playing together, really, right? It's the first time he and Enzo played together, so of course it's gonna. But even beyond that, my whole thing is the question I want to ask the panel about Caicedo for 100 million is. Does he guarantee us top 4? Or do we have to get other? Do we have to fill other holes? Because if we get him for 100 mil, then we're probably not getting a keeper or something, or getting one of these wingers. I don't know, but does getting him for that 100 mil if he guarantees us top 4? Then get him. If not, I don't think spend it.
Daniel, I feel like you're. So I get what you're trying to say, but I feel like it's a little bit subjective, just a little bit. In terms of like,
big up Yash, my guy. Love for the love, bro. Hope you doing well.
Caicedo could help us so much, but like at the end of the day, we can't blame him if Kepa can't reach a ball, right? So if we're losing a game because of Kepa, how can we blame Caicedo?
Well, it's not blaming him. It's not about blame. That's not what I'm saying.
Exactly.
I'm saying you have this year to justify, because if you spend that money, right, you're not going to be able to. And we already know it this year with certain players saying, "No, I'm not going to Chelsea because we didn't make Champions League this year." you have that 2 years in a row, especially when you have fifth, that you can get fifth and still make it. If he's not good enough for us to do that, but we're giving up 100 million, that might be too much. Because the reality is this: when people say, you know, a lot of the other guys that we're talking about, their experience is the major reason why we don't want them yet, right? You know what I mean? One more year, and that scope looks completely different. So for me, it becomes, if I'm not guaranteed to get Champions League football, which gets me an extra 100 million next year or 50 million, which gets me maybe a better sponsor because they can now we're in the Champions League. All these different things that come with that, right? That can easily offset that extra 20, 30 million I'm spending on Caicedo. If I don't get that, then, you know, I'm losing a lot more money next year, because then I'm not getting TV money from Champions League. Plus, it's going to be more difficult to build my squad even more because of that, right? So it's like, for me, it's like I wouldn't spend that money unless you're comfortable with the rest of your squad and saying, like, just if we get him, then we'll make it in the top 4. If you still have to get a keeper and all these different things, then, you know.
Look,
wait.
I don't think Caicedo signings has to do with anything but the finances. Nothing but the finances. The people are like, how you can pay for Enzo 100 and so versus Caicedo. It's two different issues. We signed Enzo based on the longevity of a contract and motivation towards the future years. You see what I'm saying? It's only 3 years on what's the name, on what's that thing, financial play, 3 years, right? So Caicedo, Enzo we did him on the 6 or 7 years. We paying that fee within the 6 or 7, and we do not fault on the FFP. If we sign now Enzo Caicedo on the same contract, we cannot do that. We're literally going to be obligated based on 3 years of that finance. So when people saying like we're literally penny pitching, it's actually false, because 7 years versus 4 years on your book of the same amount money, it's a different thing on FFP. Do you see what I'm saying? We cannot do what we did with Enzo. We could do it and pay that chunk of money based on 7 years. Actually, probably more. We signed him on 8. So it's split by 8.
7+1, or originally I think it was like a 7+1, and then it's now a 10-year. I want to say he's here for like 10 years or so.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like we can monetize that money for 7 years or 8, whatever that is.
Yeah.
We cannot do this with Enzo or with Caicedo.
Caicedo, yeah.
With Caicedo, I will say.
So it will be 100 mil or not that. That means that it will affect us next signings.
Yeah.
It will affect
Well, we'll see.
eventually.
With Caicedo, though, just to go back to your point, Daniel, about like there, because I will say, taking the money out of it for a second, I do want to go back to the money. But for me, getting Caicedo, and I think, is the difference between getting Champions League or not. Because people forget it's not top 4 this season, it's top 5. If we get the coefficient thing, which, based on the fact City won the Champions League and all that stuff, and depending on how other clubs do, we've almost definitely got a 5th place with the new.
It's already been said that it's
100%. Potentially. If it's not been announced, we're almost certainly getting that place. So that's top 5. I think he is, because for me, if I'm looking at it from a team perspective, my biggest issue from a team perspective the last 2 games has been midfield. From a case of we've been far too easy to play through. And I think some of that comes from people, new partnerships and whatnot, but I don't think it comes down to just people being comfortable based on an age thing.
Yeah.
And for me with Caicedo, I think he is the difference, because I have us right now as 7th. I think we get Caicedo, I immediately put us maybe 5th or 4th, because for me, if we get Caicedo, that 3 in midfield that we have, we immediately have, at worst, top 3 midfields in the Premier League.
Right.
The only teams that I would say maybe have a better midfield are Cities and maybe Liverpool, maybe. Apart from that, no one else has a better midfield. Arsenal don't, if they're playing the 3 that they have. United don't, if they're playing the 3 that they have, the best 3, if they're playing Mount, Casemiro, Bruno. That's not better than Nkunku, Caicedo, Enzo. That's not. Arsenal's isn't. Tottenham don't have a midfield. Aston Villa,
Liverpool still not signed a midfielder,
and that's why I said it's a maybe, right, Alex? So at best, you could say we're 2nd. That's why I think for me he is.
Tell you the truth, I don't rate the signing that Liverpool signed.
And that's fair. But
Oh,
the
What's
thing
his
is,
name?
for me, the thing with the money for me, right,
The guy
is
that can shoot from
none of
outside the box is not a
what
midfielder.
Szoboszlai.
Alright.
None of these
Szoboszlai.
guys are worth the money, right? Rice was not worth 100. Enzo wasn't worth 100. Caicedo's not worth 100. Bellingham wasn't worth 100. Tchouaméni, none of these guys. Even Lavia at 50, you can say that's probably too expensive for what he's at right now. But that's their market value. That's the market we are in right now.
Yeah.
Whether that's because of us or
I
what we
do
did with
rate
Enzo,
Arsenal's
Arsenal,
midfield more than I rate
Potentially.
United and more than I rate
Oh, yeah.
Liverpool. And
I still
tell
say
you,
it's better if we get
They got better
Caicedo.
players.
well,
Still better.
Partey haven't left, so I don't think Arteta. Look, if Arteta pursue with the Kai Havertz, it's gonna be his own funeral if he pursues that midfield.
Right.
But I don't think so. I seriously don't think so. He's
If he
gonna
doesn't,
realize
they've got
really,
great
really
midfield.
quick.
Yeah.
He's gonna be
But-
realizing really, really quick. So it's gonna be a Partey, Rice, and Odegaard.
Oh my god.
So
That's a
for
decent
me,
midfield.
I
I
think
have to, to be fair, we have to see that first to know whether.
yeah,
they
yeah,
will do
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
So far, we
I
haven't
still
seen
don't
that.
know how. Even look, it's a lot. It's not like it's an unknown, but there's a more percentage of Rice hitting up straight away than, for example, Liverpool player will head out straight away. I will have more faith in Rice than I will have in Szoboszlai hit ground running immediately. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? There's
I
a
get you.
slight same thing with Caicedo. I will have more money for the. I think it's like if I was a betting person, I will put more on Arsenal has a way stronger. It depends what at the City they're going to do. I think City and Arsenal has quite strong midfields if that's what we're going to.
Mm.
But it depends
As
on how we're going forward. That's the if.
With the
Yeah,
market,
and-
the market. Sorry, just to finish my point, the market where we are right now is, for lack of a better term, fucked. And whether that's our fault, Arsenal's fault for the Rice thing, PSG's fault because the Mbappe, it's just fucked. So
Yeah.
none of these guys are really worth what they're worth. The way I look at it is, with Caicedo, does anyone on the panel think come a season or two he's going to lose his value? He's going to get worse than he is now. Because I think
No.
if De Zerbi stays there, and then, like even with playing Europe, I don't think he's getting worse. So that means he's keeping his value. So all it means is in a couple of years' time, you're going to have more teams in for him, and there will be teams. Say for example, City. You know, they move Rodri on. They're looking for a DM like replacement. They might go Caicedo. They might go for that because it works, and you know they'll pay the money. Whether say Real Madrid, right? Say Tchouaméni doesn't quite work for them, and they're looking for a replacement. They'll pay the money. They've shown that.
Yeah.
So we're in a position where it will cost a lot, and it's probably not worth it. But you just have to pay that in this market. Like, no,
I
like
just
you're
think
gonna
that
end up- the options are you don't pay for him, or
No.
someone else.
I
buys him.
think
Either we buy him
I
or
think
someone else buys him for the same
I
price.
think Brighton is waiting if anybody else will kick into the transfer market for Caicedo. I think this is why they're holding on to that point.
Caicedo's
Yeah.
not that good, bro.
You don't have a good
I'm
signal,
going
Jimmy.
too
Sorry.
far.
Yeah, Jimmy,
Yeah.
connections iffy.
Your
Oh,
connection
wait,
is
sounds good. Try to talk.
You hear me?
He said Caicedo's not that
Yeah,
good.
yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Yo, like not every we can't every year act like every midfielder we going at is fucking Zidane. We had this same talk about Enzo. We're not about to tell me Caicedo is Enzo also, because that was the reason we spent fucking money that we know we probably shouldn't have, and we did it with Enzo. You telling me we're gonna turn around and do it again? At what point do we stop? We keep saying, oh, our board spends too much. We overspend for players. When do you stop? At
I
what
can tell you.
point?
Can you give me a second and I can tell you?
Yeah, at
Don't
what point do
interrupt,
you
and I
stop?
will tell you.
Go ahead.
Okay. So the reason why it's called the weak point of a negotiation. Everybody knows.
Jesus.
No, that's not. I don't. Oh, wait. You going into?
Doug, move
I'm
away. Doug, I didn't finish, Johnny. I didn't finish, Johnny. Doug, your mic
Doug, your
is
mic.
crazy. Yeah.
I'm
Your
muting
mic
him. I'm
is
muting him.
scratching. Anyway, it's the negotiation based on the point of power. Any negotiation has a power and a weak points. So for us, that everybody in the universe, including X space Elon Musk, knows that Chelsea need the CDM badly. It's not that hard to what's the name? to predict what Chelsea is going to do. If we were for a second, if we had Caicedo and Enzo on the books right now, and we're looking for potential future talent, we have an actual really, really good, strong point. Now we don't. That's all it is.
I'm going to say it again. So you're willing to pay whatever for Caicedo? What's your walkaway point?
There isn't one for me.
There isn't one. So 150 million. You'll pay 150 million for Caicedo.
Hell no.
Yeah. I would. The problem is, you know why?
Same thing. I'm
but
kind of
this is-
same
this
way.
is-
Jimmy.
No, do you know
Jimmy,
why, Jimmy? The reason
Bro,
is, right?
bro.
The reason for me why I'm saying I would is because for me right now, I would argue for what we need based on who we already have in the team, there isn't a better option out there. There is not someone better out there that you can go and get. The other option you could have got that would have been
so hold
better
on.
already went somewhere to Arsenal, you could argue. The only other option you could maybe get is Palhinha, who's going to cost you around about the same price.
Same price, exactly. They
So
said
I'm
that
gonna
80
go
mil.
right to what Daniel said, because y'all keep acting like Caicedo is a matter of life and death. So with Caicedo, are we guaranteed anything? What are we guaranteed?
No one else can get us as high as Caicedo can.
What? So what do we? We're not really guaranteed much, right?
So an alternative, but an alternative cannot.
That's a weird conversation to have because you're not guaranteed anything. Like,
Right,
Yeah,
but
no one's
but
guaranteed anything.
hold on. So we're gonna play the odds. We're gonna play the odds then.
There
We're
we
not
go.
guaranteed
I was
anything.
waiting for that.
So
That's the odds.
we work off of the odds. With Caicedo in, and with the squad we have.
Yep.
What are we looking at? What you looking at?
I'm looking top 4.
Top 4.
I would say
Five
I said earlier, Jimmy. If I'm basing our squad right now, I say we're finishing 7th. Caicedo comes in for me, immediately pushes up to 5th minimum, which is Champions League.
Exactly.
So we're gonna bend over backwards again, not pay over for a player again to have a chance to might get.
Yeah, I'm sick of
Jimmy, can I ask you a
Champions
question?
League. I don't know. That's a lot.
Jimmy, can I ask you a question?
That's
So
a
you'd
lot.
rather be
That-
7th?
That's a lot. That's a
So you'd
lot.
rather
I
be
feel
7th?
like if it's a chance, if it's a time and a chance to put their foot down and say, this is what we're doing, this is how we negotiate, and it's now. Put up the 90, put up 90, because y'all gotta realize something. You can't negotiate against yourself. And this is something that I know. You can't negotiate against yourself. I don't negotiate $100 million deals, but I negotiate deals in my everyday life. If there's nobody you're up against, bro, you got to reach to a point and say, look, I'm going right here. If you go past this, fuck you, keep your product. You cannot negotiate against yourself. You're going to always come out on the short end, looking like a dickhead. You're going to look like the dickhead because you're negotiating against yourself. They're going to have to, at some point, sell him. Y'all say, oh, is his value going to go down? It's a good fucking chance his value could go down.
So you think our thing is that we need to just call their bluff?
At some point, you have to call their...
Yeah.
It's not like...
Club's going to keep trying to fleece us. Club's always trying to fleece us.
Let me make my last point. Fellas, we're talking about a selling club. We're not talking about, like, a Real Madrid, a Barca, somebody that could really say, fuck you, we'll hold on to our player. Brighton cannot do that. Don't let 1 year fool you to think they can really look at $90 million and say, no, we're going to turn our nose up at that. Are you kidding me? And don't tell me, oh, there's not a chance his value could drop. Cho was 70 million, and now we're going for 4. So
Are we seriously comparing Cho as a player to Caicedo?
Because
Is that
he
what we're
can
doing?
get injured. You understand? Anything can happen in sports, and they know that. They don't want to. Y'all only looking at it from. Y'all got to look at it. It's two sides of business. It's a risk that Brighton is taking, and y'all have to remember.
Yes.
Brighton
You're
is
right.
in the business of. Shut up and let me talk, man. Brighton is
My
in
nigga,
the
you said you're
business
finishing 1
of
point. Finish it.
Shut the fuck up. Damn, if you shut up, I'll finish.
No, you finished already.
Go on, repeat what you said already. Go on.
This motherfucker really kept talking again. Oh my gosh, my nigga. Yo, I swear to God, yo. I swear to God, bro. Go ahead,
Sorry,
man.
go
Say what the fuck you want to say. Go ahead.
I agree with what you're saying about how we're negotiating with
Not
ourselves
to
right
my
now.
point. Fuck you. Don't talk to my point. Eat a dick. Talk to something else. Don't. Since you didn't want to let me finish, don't talk
Hey,
to
I'm
me.
the
get the
dreaded
man
quiet news though.
Yeah, I know, right? Hold on, listen. I agree with your point that we're negotiating against ourselves, right? And that we shouldn't be doing that. I think that if we don't get this deal done now and we wait, we won't be negotiating with just ourselves next season because they will see that there is a player here who will make their team better as well. I'm talking about other teams, right?
That's fine.
Therefore, so we're gonna pass on being able to get him now, just so that we can fight with multiple other teams next season.
Is he world
That's fine
class?
with them.
It's literally.
But next season, another DM can emerge that we could
That's fine with
pick.
them. I didn't know.
World-class?
Hold on. We didn't know
Exactly.
about him. We honestly did not know about him. Maybe you guys
Exactly.
did.
He's not even a world class
Exactly.
player.
A year ago.
Next year there could
right?
be another player.
So next
Like,
year,
He's
no,
not
it's not even
even
like.
open.
Hold on, it's not even that. It's the fact that we know that there are young players who are on that cusp that need a year. One of them can blow up, and because we don't want to compete with someone else for him and everything else. Nobody is paying this $100 million for him. That's a crazy amount to pay for him.
You say
Right?
that,
Now,
but we said that about
I
so many
disagree.
others.
Like I find this point ridiculous.
Listen, Chelsea fans are fantasizing about us going to Real Madrid and saying, "Yo, here's $80 million for him." That's how he hasn't lived up to that price over there. That a $20 million buy in
He has
what's
lived
his
up
name?
to that price.
In Camavinga. Hold
Oh,
on.
fuck,
A
he
20 million
hasn't.
buy in
What?
Camavinga. A $20 million buy in Camavinga
Do you think
is
if
almost.
Kroos and
Can I
Modric
finish
weren't
my
there,
point?
that they
Just
wouldn't
quickly.
have to? Yeah, you're right. Go ahead. My bad. I apologize.
A 20 million player in Camavinga is proven to be a better buy than him, right? And that's just the reality. Sometimes it doesn't take 100 million. They're seeing that yes, for certain players you do have to spend that money, but I've never felt like DM is a position for that. Even when I even wanted Rice, I was like,
Exactly.
I wanted Caicedo because
my
I thought
thing.
Caicedo would be cheaper than Rice.
100 million? Like y'all
For
about
I'm
to
just
really
sick of
like,
overpaying for these players. We've
He's
always
still
been
a
so
cheap
backwards
guys,
for these
that's
players.
my thing.
These are
Like,
DMs.
I'm
These
sick
are
of that.
DMs, bro.
At
And teams know that.
and
And they always gonna try and fleece us.
and y'all got to remember, in the beginning, I always said, I think Caicedo 100 million, fuck it, do it. But over time, you start to really analyze the market. There's nobody else coming in for him. You're bidding against yourself. It's either one or two things. That you think they're gonna let a $10 million difference, 90 and 100? You're only looking at it from Chelsea side. There's two sides. Oh yeah, we're gonna be stubborn and turn down 90 million. That Brighton, and remember, I'm gonna say it again. It's a selling club. Stop telling me, oh, Brighton has money, they don't have to sell. Dortmund have money, they don't have to sell. But guess what the fuck they do? Red Bull, who got money like them? They don't have to sell, but guess what they do? But it's their business model. Brighton is not all of a sudden because of one Europa League season gonna turn around and be like, yeah, we're gonna turn down 90. Are you kidding me? Are you 90 million? It's not gonna happen. And if they do turn it down, then that means they really want them. They're not doing it because, oh, we can get more. That means we really want the player. If they turn down 90, they really want the player. That's it. That ain't no, oh, no, we want 100 or nothing. If they turn down 90, then they really want the player. Simple. Arsenal put their bid in. If Man City never came in, Arsenal wasn't gonna raise that shit that much higher. Man City came in, Arsenal say, oh shit, throw that bread on.
One sec. Big up Tiang Yang saying Cucurella had to hand in a transfer request as well as refuse to play, which forced Brighton to sell. In my opinion, Caicedo isn't doing much to force a move. As of right now, like I do need to see a little bit from him. But yeah, I completely forgot Cucurella refused to play as well. Yeah. You see, I need a bit more from Caicedo in the coming days.
I want Caicedo just as much as everybody else, but I also want the club to start doing what big clubs do. They put the bread down that they think they should pay, and then when you start going out of hand, they go, nah, fuck that. We'll find another one. We'll find it. Hold on to that. Hold on to that. Let's see what you can do with that. Because what y'all think? Somebody going to swoop in now and come up with 80 and Brighton go, you know what? Yeah, let's take the 80. No, they're not going to do that. They're going to have one or two choices, sell them or hold on to them. If they hold on to them, that means they wanted them. Yeah, and there's nothing you can do about that. Nothing. Nothing you can do about it.
Y'all are making some great points. I can't even lie to you. Y'all are making some great points. In my opinion, just the player himself, I think it's
What
worth
a
it.
kiss ass.
But y'all can have y'all opinion.
No, but you have to leave yourself room for shit to fail. We're
But
assuming
Alex,
everything works out,
hold on,
everything
Daniel.
works out
Alex.
100%.
This is the first time we've had a proper
I'll just
discussion,
message you.
and he gonna call.
I'm just
Yeah,
messaging you.
Yeah,
Like,
Alex, kiss ass.
my point is you have to we're assuming
This is
every single one of our signings works 100%. Anything can happen, injuries can happen. So if he comes in and then he gets injured, then we're not making top 4, and then we have even if he's good next year and long term it's good, you can't handicap yourself in the short term based on the long term, like we've seen with Fofana. Now we have to buy another center back. You know what I mean? And we have to be kind of smart about it and figure it out. But you spending 100 million on those two, we're not Real Madrid. I don't think we have it like that. That's a lot to spend.
All right. First off, we most definitely have enough to spend. We've sold more than enough.
I'm talking.
We've sold more than enough.
Okay, this shit is this shit is over 3 years, right? Like
Yeah.
this new FFP round is over 3 years.
Yeah.
Right? So, granted, we can put the 250 we've made so far, or however much it is, we can put it on this year. I mean, and then because we haven't been fined for the last 3 years, so we're definitely good. That being said, the fact that you're not making if you don't make Champions League for another year, right? That's why I said, does he help us achieve that goal of making Champions League? Because that's a huge revenue stream.
He will. Let's just use it as a hypothetical.
I'm saying, what if he does it?
But I will go along with that hypothetical. But for now, just go along with mine.
Not for reasons. Yeah, but if I go along with yours, then the conversation ends there, right?
We will go along with yours as well. We will go along with yours as well.
No, I'm saying if you go along,
it can go either way.
If you go along,
I know. I'm saying let's walk through both of them. I'm saying let's walk through both of them.
Yeah, if we go along with yours, then buy him. What's the problem?
We buy him now,
you make that,
and let's just work with my hypothetical. We buy him now, right? We can amortize it over the next 3 years or whatever, like we said, and then next summer we can go in and get just a goalkeeper if Nicholas Jackson has been performing good enough. We can get just a goalkeeper, and from my point of view, that looks like we can start challenging from there. Or we could wait and go along with what y'all are saying, get somebody who needs a year, so we're still probably going to be struggling, and then next year we're probably going to have to get a goalkeeper and another midfielder. So we're just delaying the inevitable.
I don't think it's delaying anything. Based on what
I'm not saying we.
Based on what Scott said, right? Our squad right now is about a seventh place team. You know what I mean?
Right.
7th, 8th, right? If you're saying if you had Caicedo because of his quality,
someone got a TV in the background.
Yeah, someone probably does. You shoot up all the way to top 4, right? Maybe even top 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
My thing is I don't because of that risk, that 100 million risk. I don't need to do that if I can get somebody who does need that year. But that jump might be to top 4, top 5. You can still probably
But what's an alternative? Who's an alternative? Give me an alternative.
Don't forget as well, 1 game a week. That's a lot of training you can do with the players throughout the season too.
Exactly.
Right,
and there's a reason why we got Poch, right? Poch was supposed to be
Santos could be 1 year
Poch was
away.
supposed to be the diamond to take those players so we can get players right before they blow up, have them with Poch because he's already done it, and then he carries it along. Because of Poch, we're not supposed to be spending 100 mil just because. You know what I mean?
I agree with you with that, but the whole thing with a midfield, they are not accomplished players. They're not 28 years old.
Alex, it's not even that for me. It's not just a what's it called, a talent thing with me with the midfield. It's more of a pressure thing, where it's if we get Lavia, if we use Santos, Caicedo, for me it's a pressure thing. I'm more willing to have more pressure on Caicedo because he's slightly older by a couple of years. He's done more in terms of showing it at a higher level than the other guys have, where you can put a bit more pressure. Say you get in, let's just say, for example, right, they go out massively outside the box. They go and get that guy from Salzburg. I don't know his last name. I've seen a few people mention him. I'm not putting any pressure on him as a fan, but I know he's going to have pressure on him from this fan base straight away to perform, especially if we haven't got Caicedo, because people are going to do that thing where they think because we haven't got Caicedo, the guy we've got to replace him must be almost as good.
If Santos,
I don't want that pressure on these guys.
If we're not getting Caicedo and the Santos is staying with the first team, Daniel, are you seriously think that the fan base will not destroy that kid if he does not hit the ground running?
And that we're still gonna get top 4?
Yeah, but
that's the thing. If the fan base,
you see what you just said about just let me just answer that question quickly, right? So you see what you just said about the fan base and that pressure on, you know, if it was a youngster in that position, if it was Caicedo in that position and we spent 100 million on him, nobody's giving him time. Right now,
I don't think we need to.
Jimmy, 21-year-old Caicedo saw a lot more than Santos or than anybody else that's coming.
No, but I'm not even saying. League. Hold on, I'm not even saying. You know, Santos, like it should be Santos if it's not Caicedo. You can go get somebody else with a little more experience, but they'll still be young.
Okay,
right?
Okay.
Like one of the Turams.
Also, wouldn't say price tag instantly means people aren't going to give him time, though. Because I look at Mudryk, exactly. A lot of people are saying give him time. Give him time.
A lot of people are saying that, and a lot of people
hold
aren't
on a second, Daniel. Well. Let me answer your thing.
Yeah.
Alex, go, but I think it's a smaller minority. Go on, Alex.
Look, I'm trying to understand the point where people say go shop another market. It's not going to be the different market because it's going to be the same conversation with Chelsea. Every club in the world, including Elon Musk, knows that we need the center mid. So it doesn't matter where you go. If the minute that it was Paulinho was in the conversation, they slapped 80 million tag on him. The minute you Chelsea's, you see,
Alex, sorry, before you
hold on, I'm not finished, Scott. Hold on. What I'm saying is, like, if the reason why I'm going to get over Caicedo, I don't care about the price of Caicedo because for me, I'd rather spend him 150 than Enzo because that's my DM. That's my kind of midfielder. Enzo is you guys did whatever you did. My is this. So what I'm saying, I'm not gonna pay 150, but I'm okay with 100 million evaluation based on the market. That's number one, and based on how he played in England, I think for him it's going to be
1 year though, brother.
Premier League experience.
1 year.
Yeah.
You gotta learn from your mistakes.
Bryce got his money because he has a track.
I didn't ask for your help, man. I didn't ask for your help.
He's not help.
Hold on, he could be Enzo,
I'm trying to finish my sentence before you shut me down. What I'm trying to say is, let's have a civil conversation. I'm trying to say is it's going to be, like Scott said, a easier pressure on him because he knows he did. What I'm saying is if you saying shop in the different markets, go outside the Premier League. It's not gonna give me that comfort of him coming in and kicking from the beginning, especially if you're coming from the leagues like I don't respect, like La Liga midfielders or like a freaking what's the name, Germany midfielders. No, they're not gonna give me a comfort of physicality and another thing that people don't realize: Chelsea needs start fast. We cannot afford.
Right.
I'm done. Now you can talk and shit, and I thank you for your help, Kishan. You need it, but thank you.
A couple things. I just don't think that 1 year experience in the Premier League should be held to this level of weight. Like it should not be held to this to this level of like, yo, he has Premier League experience. He can handle everything. He can do this. Like we don't know that. We definitely do not know that.
Wait, the only way. Wait, hold on, bro.
A lot of different ways.
Daniel, hold on.
Wait, hold on. Let me finish this point. Yeah, it depends on where your year was at. I'll give you an example. Yeah, if his year was at a team that was challenging in the Champions League and in multiple competitions, and the pressure was very high, then you can have a little bit more of a sample size. It's still 1 year, but it's 1 year playing with extreme levels of pressure. 1 year at Brighton for me, it's not for that price. I'll be honest with you guys, not for that price. That's too much.
So hold on, real quick. Let me just ask Daniel a question. Daniel, so in your opinion, right now, Romeo Lavia and Moises Caicedo have the same amount of Premier League experience, in your opinion?
No, I mean obviously Caicedo has more. He has a year and a
How?
half.
They've
And he
only been there
played
the
most.
they've only
Hold
been
on,
there.
and he played
No,
most
they've
of the
been there.
games while Lavia was
Caicedo's
injured.
been there longer.
But you
He's
get
been
what
here
I'm
longer.
trying
He's
to
been
say.
here a year and a half. But
But
again,
you get what I'm trying to
both
say.
their
So
both their
clearly he
experiences,
has
both
more
their experience
experience.
is not enough. But it's still not enough for me to say all these other things that you're talking about. You know what I mean? The mental aspect, being part of a difficult run, all these different things. Playing for Chelsea, like it's a difficult fucking thing. And we were
Yeah.
lucky. I had this exact same fear about Enzo. We were lucky that he's that fucking guy, right? That he doesn't seem to like phase him. But don't think because you got lucky once, you're gonna get lucky again. And all these
Why was that
players, I think
lucky?
the exact same.
Why was that lucky when he
Because
just played at that
because he
at the
only
World
gave us
Cup?
because he only gave us it was only 6 months, right?
No, but he played at the
We've
World,
seen him
bro.
do. It
Bro,
doesn't
he
matter.
played
We've
at
seen youngsters do that before.
bro. If you perform and you become young player of the World Cup tournament at the highest level, at that point, it's very difficult to question that person's mental fortitude on the highest stage. You
Oh,
can
see,
question his consistency. You can say,
Listen,
okay,
hold on. I watched that World Cup. He was good, right? That was Messi show. Like, so let's
bro,
not overrate what happened,
Well, Messi was
right?
the best
I
player of the
didn't.
team, but yeah, Enzo
Yeah,
was still
yeah,
a
Oh
yeah.
vital
no,
player.
Enzo was
Messi.
cool,
Okay,
but he had
you guys do
cameos.
remember a lot of those games were 1-0,
Yeah, Enzo really
1-0,
had cameos.
1-1
Enzo really had
it's
penalty,
cameos.
actually
penalty.
not true. It's
Enzo
actually
and
not true. I
Alvarez.
think the partnership of the midfield of Argentina team was more impressive than individual midfielders at that team.
I
Yes.
agree.
And that's
I
why
agree.
people and
I agree.
that's why I think there's why I'm actually pushing for more for Caicedo, because Caicedo
It's a
makes other
partnership thing.
players' partnerships better. You
Okay,
see,
so
I
wait, do
can
you guys
look.
remember? Hold on? Do you guys remember 2 years ago, right, when we heard the news about the Schuameni thing? That Roman, I mean that was it Marina? Marina and Tuchel basically said he wasn't experienced enough and blah 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 and said no to him. And we were like, shit, we've lost out on the greatest DM prospect for the next 5 years. What are we gonna do? Right? Not even a year later. We're talking about Caicedo in the exact same light, like, oh yeah, we have to get him. He's going to be the best of the best of the best. Like, you guys should understand that position is one that you can get players year on year end. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to develop to be on that level. We don't need to
It's not,
spend 100
bro.
I
mil on a DM.
disagree.
I
I
promise you, we
I
disagree,
don't.
bro.
disagree as well.
Can you
We
can you
don't.
name me? Can you name me if they come in year in year out, year in year out? Can you name me 5 CDMs that can do everything?
We're talking
Everything.
What's
World Cup.
everything?
You mean their
At age,
job?
are we
None of
talking?
them. None of
I
them.
In
want to
terms
see
of
them that can do their
offensively,
That's
job.
why
hold
they're
on.
They
DM.
don't need to do
Let me
everything.
That's
rephrase it.
why
I
they.
made that
That's why they're
a little too
DM. They can't
difficult.
do everything.
I made that a little too difficult. Okay, so
I need them
offensively, right?
one that can do their job.
Offensively, they have no problem being pressured, right? They can play with both feet, right? And they on defense as well, they're excellent, if not world-class ball winners. So on both sides, they're top level. Name me 5 midfielders that can do that. And then if you can do that, I will concede. I will concede my entire point.
Yeah, I swear.
Top
By the
level.
way,
I
the
can
Whoa,
Jimmy
tell
was saying
you.
Caicedo was world
top
world
level.
class
We
before when
saw.
we were on Ugarte.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
100%
yeah.
because Jimmy was saying Caicedo was world class then when we missed out on Ugarte. I remember that when he was saying Caicedo is the only option. I remember that. Now what's happening?
No, what he did
Bro,
say that he
Bro, why
changed.
not
at this
Jimmy,
point,
bro?
at
He
this
said
point, I'm gonna just
he
let them
did
talk.
say that he changed his
Bro,
This
opinion,
is
right? That
wild.
he learned more and
look,
realized that
guys.
no, it
Yeah,
really
bro,
doesn't
no,
make
but
sense.
Daniel, this was like a month ago, bro, and all we've had is a
No,
couple
but
pre
okay, but for me personally, right? You guys know my whole thing is I love DMs. I want us to get a DM. I've been calling for a DM for however long I've been on these
That's the
streams.
problem. Why are we talking
But I
about DMs when
also
he's not a DM?
okay. See,
We don't
again,
play with DMs, man.
people try to get too like tactical and all. I'm not talking about a lone DM, the most defensive midfielder in your team. That's just what it is, right? Put it in it that simple because then you get complicated. Of what if we play a lone DM? No, I don't really care about that. The point is, I wanted that player in the team because we haven't had it for a long time. The only player we had was Conte. He was playing 12 games every year. But I don't think that player, unless they are of a Conte ability, which I don't think he is worth 100 million. It's just not a position that's worth that. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
I think that's money that you spend on. Yo, if Mudryk doesn't
I
work
can
out,
I
yeah, I
can
spend
actually
100 million. Hold on, let me just finish. If Mudryk doesn't work out, I spend 100 million on layout. That's what you use that type of money for. You don't use that for a fucking DM.
Yeah, that's not how it works. You use the money based on the priority of your team. It's always been like that.
Yep.
Offensive players are actually going to be offensive players are actually the ones that cost more. I understand it, and I don't think anybody actually argue. I don't think anybody actually thinks that like the GM is the position. Yes, you're right. You can find them like you, especially in France. Like you go to
Yeah.
France, you can actually pick all those DMs by handful. I agree with you. It's not about that though. It's about the chance of succeeding. Like Jimmy said, it's about how you said in the
Ideals.
casino, odds. And I was looking for that, word odds, because to lose up, to give you an example how important it is to not being out of top 4 for long for consecutive years. It's one of the most important things, because due to you not qualifying for top 4, it's actually harder to get more and more. With Chelsea, everybody knows that we've been out of top 4 and we are there immediately next season. If you don't get there next season, that selling point is gone. No matter who you bring, nobody. You will have a problem to actually get the players. And then you're going to be reliable on those unknown players. And you can give them time all you want and all that. You have 1 year. Todd Bowley has even less than this window, because the way he started the season, it's going to be under microscope of this next season. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be on him. He's going to be pressure on the board like a crazy.
They have to
If
have a
we do
level
not
head.
succeed this summer, this window, this season is going to be on ownership.
Do you know what, Alex? On that, I believe you. I agree with you. Unquestionable. We have to have a good window. I think everyone here, we all agree on that point.
We have a good window.
To an extent. No, to an extent. The reason why I say to an extent, because the outgoings have been good, but the squad that we have currently is not good enough to get us into top 4, guaranteed. Basically, we need more. However, for me personally, right, this is where I'm having an issue with this. If we pay £100 million for Caicedo, bro, every negotiation going forward, we're just going to be treated like the new Man United at that point. Go into negotiation room, give them some lube, and that's it, fam. We're just going to get smashed down on the back doors.
The problem is we're not even in the same puddle as Man United. Man United cannot do all the tricks, and they can still sign £90 million player. We can't. We're not in the same financial thing. That's what I'm saying. The difference between United can go 3-4 years without Champions League, and they have still revenues and the base of the fans.
No, Alex, I'm talking about the negotiation room. I'm talking about in negotiations. In negotiations, Manchester United are known to pay over the odds for players in general. Okay, if we overpay for Caicedo, because Caicedo, for me at this moment in time, if I'm to put a price tag on him and put him on the shelf, he would be worth 75, at most 80 mil, at most. If we pay 100 mil, every player that we get going forward, I promise you right now, the players are going to put a £15 million, £10 million premium because Chelsea are coming to town. Effectively,
a Chelsea tax.
Chelsea tax.
Go ahead, Justin.
I just find this a little bit baffling.
Your mic is low.
Mic is low, yeah.
Can anybody tell me that when we blame the ownership for the last 3 windows before the club was sold? Were we saying Roman is under pressure to succeed because the last 3 windows of his term was shit and put us in this position in the first place?
We won the Champions League. Yeah.
We were still the windows were still crap.
It doesn't matter about the window if you win.
Yes, it was. No. We're not doing this crap where the owners are under pressure. The owners are here. They're not going anywhere.
You're being unfair.
No, Jester. We were in Champions League still. We were still in Champions League. We're in Champions League, Jesters. We'll get into cup finals and
It's not even that.
comparing
It's not
different
even a comparison, man.
You're
This is
comparing.
Yeah, there is. Why do we have
talking
why
about
do we have all, why are we getting rid of all these bums?
Sir, can I make my
Who bought
point?
bums?
Sir, can I make
Who
my
bought all
point?
this deadwood?
No.
I don't care how much deadwood we have.
Rodrigo, wait.
Hold on a second.
Let's know
I don't
Rodrigo
care how
thinks.
much deadwood we have. If we win in
In a sec.
trophies, I don't give a crap.
What?
Wait,
You just kick the can down the road until it comes to a dead end, and then you're
Let
screwed.
Rodrigo get a word in. Go on, Rodrigo.
Let me tell you, we're comparing different eras. If we're comparing, in 2005, we're in 2004, right? We sent Ken Bates signed all these deadwood, and then Roman came in. We're going back 2004 because this is their first year. You're comparing the end of Roman and Roman already had money in the bank. If Roman was messing up from the beginning and we nearly got relegated, people will look back at Ken Bates and say, Ken Bates won the Super Cup. Ken Bates won us the FA Cup.
Blinders.
No, you don't always have to.
Hold on a second. Let Jester say.
Quit blaming the owners that have been here for a year.
Yes,
I'm
that
still gonna
fucking
talk.
chat.
I
That's
don't
so
give a
bully,
shit
bro.
if you're gonna talk.
Yes, it's
I am gonna talk over you
It's their
because this is
fault.
stupid.
This is
The owners have been here for a fucking year, and you're blaming everything on the owners. What about the past three windows where were shit? Under
We won
Roman,
the
that brought in
Champions
crap
League.
players
We're
that we've now sold.
No, come on. No, Jester.
No,
Jester. Hold on. Jester.
No.
It's their football. Jester.
We were talking about Caicedo.
It's their football club.
About Caicedo.
No, but wait. It's on the same topic. Hold on. Jester. They've had one season owning a football club called Chelsea Football Club. In that season, we finished the lowest that we have in years. And we scored the least amount of goals that we have in almost 100 years. So I can't.
Whose players? Whose players
No,
were
come
they?
on.
Whose players
No.
were they?
Jester,
Whose
let me flip it
were
to you
they?
then. Let me flip it to
Please.
you then.
Thank you. Now they're all
It's not
fucking
the owners'
Are
fault
they the
that
one that
team
fired
was-
the manager that actually succeeded and won the Champions League even with that deadwood?
Yeah.
Hey.
Tuchel fired himself.
Tuchel was doing that.
Always have to keep in
Tuchel fired him
perspective,
fucking
right?
self. And
No, I'm not hearing it, man. I'm not hearing it, man.
Yeah,
what were Ken Bates like when he so you have to compare ownership after ownership. Like Ken Bates, the previous owner to Roman.
No, we're not doing that. No,
You have to do it because it's not fair.
I don't. I don't have to do a fucking thing if I don't want to.
Of course. I'm not telling you to. Of course you.
Well, you just did.
Yeah. No, what I'm saying is,
don't be childish, man. Come on.
Yeah, when Roman took over Chelsea, where he found Chelsea and where he left Chelsea, we won the new owners. We're not attacking them. It feels like you're coming to defend them. You don't always have to defend them, right? Sometimes they do get things wrong.
Why? Yeah, why do y'all always have to run them down every time?
No, we're not running them down.
Ownership doesn't know shit.
Who said that?
I'm tired of hearing this because they didn't get the people you fucking think they need to get.
You're fighting
demons,
bro. You're fighting
when you become a billionaire and own your own club, then you can say who you fucking want.
I don't know
You
where.
are
I don't know
boxing
why.
ghosts right
This is
now.
not what we said.
No, I know.
Nobody said that. Nobody said that owners. I just said the owners under pressure. That's it.
No, they aren't. They are not under any pressure. The ownership ain't going nowhere. That's what y'all don't understand.
But that's not that.
Not going anywhere doesn't mean they're not under pressure.
No. They have pressure. No, they have pressure. Their shareholders are putting them under pressure. They were kind of Bloomberg.
OC, quiet.
It's only from the fans, if we're being real. It's only.
It's not, man.
From the fans. And
Under
who else is
pressure.
gonna put them under
It is
pressure?
only for the fans.
So you're telling me all those people in Bloomsburg when they were just sitting there, top boy was saying, "Oh, we made mistakes." So
When
he's not.
did you ever, if you don't think, hold on a second. If you don't think ever that the owners are what's the name? There's never in the Chelsea's owner history. There's the fans been raising over the top to yell at the owners.
I agree. But that's not the only people that are putting pressure on the owners. That's not the only people.
I'm sorry.
It's the people that put their money into the club as well. They also put pressure on the owners.
Stop. The owners are not under pressure. The manager could be under pressure. The board, the people who are running the club are under pressure. But the owners are not under pressure.
Come on, man.
That's the biggest waffle I've ever heard.
So hold on. So they're living stress free. They don't care.
They're billionaires. Of course, they're living stress free.
Anybody over here agrees with just a point? Please say it.
I don't care if anybody agrees with me. I'm always right.
But that's what.
That means that y'all are wrong.
No. That's what. This is exactly what it means. That only you call it waffle, but it's only you that calls it waffle. So I'm sorry, but if a majority thinks you're wrong, not even majority, 99.999% thinks you're wrong, it's not a waffle.
And they all thought Columbus was wrong too. But look, he wasn't.
Columbus was wrong.
Columbus thought he found India. He was wrong.
Exactly.
Columbus.
He was wrong.
Columbus wasn't wrong. He said
yes,
he
was.
He was in India.
He thought he found India, right?
And he went. Actually, he didn't even discover America. He went south. He discovered Mexico.
Actually, he didn't discover Mexico. That's wrong.
Yeah.
Oh my
the owners do get some pressure from like the sponsors and the people that
There's no
like
pressure
OTC
on the
put their money in. But I get what you're saying.
What do you think? Hold on a second.
They don't answer to anyone, but they still have to appease those sponsors that are putting in money to the club.
Facts.
What do you think the pressure means? Do you think that if there's some kind of pressure reach, they're gonna have to sell or something? That's not what we're saying.
Then what are you saying?
I'm saying that they're going to feel like they're doing something wrong. Why do you think if they're not doing anything wrong, why the apology? An acceptance that they did something wrong. Todd Bowley said that we understand that we made the mistakes and we have to fix them. Where's that?
What is that about pressure?
Well, that's because of the pressure. This is the result of the pressure.
Stop.
Okay, no, Justice on this one. Okay, look, forget pressure. If they start losing games, who are the people that are going to hold them accountable? Who? I'll tell you this now. It's going to be the fans, and it's going to be the people that are losing money. Those are the two people, the main priority. Maybe the media because they want to take the piss, but those two stakeholders are going to be the reason as to why they put on so much pressure. The fans, because their love of the club they see their best team failing, and their stakeholders because they're losing money. They're losing money. No one's going to put money to something. Watch it drop. You're going to get phone calls, be like, "Yo, what's going on? Why are we losing games? What's happening here?" They're not making a profit. So if we finish, let's say we finish 12th for 10 years, let's say for 5 years in a row, we've lost money.
Hold on a second. I can tell you how Todd Bowley could actually be a pressure. You know how? Because he's not the majority of the stake ownership. They can push him out as a running and face of the consortium. Can they? They can.
Technically,
he's not the highest stake of owner. He can be pushed out as the face of the Chelsea. What? You think it can be happening?
By the board of directors, technically he can.
No. No, that's just like let's put business perspective. So if we not doing what we're supposed to do based on Chelsea's level and stuff, that Bowley is not the majority of the stake ownership. He's not even highest one. He's the face. He's the guy that represents he's the one that face of Chelsea as the ownership. But he's not. Do you think the other two that actually have a lot of money invested in it? And to give you example, we're not criticism on Todd Bowley. It's not because I don't believe in him. I believe in him. He has a good intentions, but that's not good intentions. Don't get you far. For example, if you want to compare Todd Bowley to Chelsea, that's to Roman. That's not even comparison. If you want to compare, don't compare the last seasons of Chelsea. Compare him to the beginning of Chelsea, when he first got Chelsea. That's when you compare. You compare first years of Roman versus first years of Todd Bowley. Why?
Because that's his first year in
Todd Bowley's
business.
only been a year.
That's his first year.
But they're under different rules, Goofy. You can't do that. They didn't have FFP when Roman came in. So Roman could put in whatever kind of money he wanted to. They're playing under different rules. And the fact of the matter that people don't want to understand is this club has been in disarray for years and headed this direction for freaking years. And people don't want to say anything.
No, but they knew what they signed.
What would happen? No. Disarray for years. What would happen to Chelsea? for years, what would happen?
We would slowly stagnate and end up like Arsenal. Because the model that the club is run under is no longer valid in today's
Ending up like
climate.
Arsenal.
This is laughable.
Okay.
Bro, it's
This is
Oh
laughable.
my god, so confused, man.
This is laughable. Oh my word.
Yeah,
man.
it's laughable that you don't understand that. That
No.
the way we were running this club is not sustainable under the new rules.
Okay, what new rules?
Loans for one.
Loans for what?
Oh yeah, we can't loan as many players now, can we?
The loan army is
Hold on, hold on, hold on,
Wait,
hold on,
no,
hold on.
we still can. By the way, we still can up until.
Yeah. This is
2025.
biggest waffle about the loan. You're international, yeah, you're
I'm
right.
just gonna let you guys talk.
But we, Chelsea, biggest money coming, it's not from the loans of adults. It's loan from the youth. That's where we make money. That's why Chelsea is actually on the books. Is there a limitation on the young loans? Jester, please tell me. New rules.
You think you're making money off of who?
Of grown players. That's 100% profit. Based what you're saying, every stream over here, it's 100% profit on FFP. Every Cobham player that we sold, it's a profit 100%. You screaming in a year every year to sell all the Cobham players, right? So please tell me, how are we making money off the players?
I'm trying to understand what you just said.
Okay, my point is we making money off loan players, not the one that we got restricted based on you think that this is we making money by sending players overseas. We don't send players overseas. We sell youth players.
Okay.
We make most of our money from youth.
No. One sec, guys. Okay. Just going to go through the rest of the super chats because some people want to speak on this. Big up Keyshawn saying Jimmy is correct. Man City walked away from the deal. We have scouts for a reason. I'm going to go from the latest back because it's more relevant to the topic. But all of them are still say, big up JGJ14 saying, I can't lie, some blame should be on the owners, but winning the Champions League just covered the cracks for a year. Didn't sign a DM since Matic. No good striker since Diego Costa. There was problems with our incomings and the way we handled them, obviously. But in terms of success, like, I can't look back at them in a bad way for that. We've won the most trophies since 2000, innit? But maybe the new rules have changed things. K-Mill says you guys still spent 600 million. Don't blame FFP, for fuck's sakes. Don't think we are. Declared says, when the fans are singing the previous owner's name at games, there is a different type of pressure that comes with that. The board can make changes. Can the board make changes to the owners?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a consortium. It's not a single owner. That's the freaking problem.
Yeah,
I learned.
Well, you're acting like Todd Bowley's running the club right now, and he's not.
No, wait. Just to rephrase that, it's not necessarily that they can remove his shares. They can remove his position as being the chairman.
There wasn't the point of I actually like that Bowley. I actually nothing. I just think that it's extra pressure on the club when it's going to be not necessary. That's what I'm trying to avoid. Unnecessary pressure on the ownership because the start of the ownership was not smooth, let's say that way. And he does not help himself by opening his mouth, to be fair. That Bowler, when he goes to press conference, he should shut his yap and don't talk. Like,
well, that's your opinion. I mean, the guy's a freaking billionaire. That's been, yeah, but he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
He didn't make his billions in the freaking sports industry, like in the freaking football.
You act like he's never owned a sports team.
But look, Jester, I'm not arguing about you. Look, I tried to make a point of that Bowley. If you do, like, for example, the comment that he made criticizing how much more he can get in the exposure of Chelsea and everything. Do you remember that comment saying that the business model, a sponsorship and stuff, and now we cannot even have a sponsor on the shirt because nobody wants us? Like, he literally had the comment saying
that's not true.
Oh, please.
No,
so you're making stuff up now.
No, I'm not. I'll actually find you. Comment. I'll be right back.
Oh, why he does that?
You make stuff up. We can't have a sponsor. Okay.
1 game a week. Big up Legendary Villain says 1 game a week. I think I heard that last season from another team. Keep this bubble going. I love how optimistic you guys are. I think you're talking about Arsenal from 2 seasons ago. We are not Arsenal. We are not Arsenal. And we'll see what happens when the window closes. I'm not saying anything as a confirmation until we get our midfielders sorted. Raul says Caicedo alternatives. Tyler Adams on loan or Guido.
Guido? What
Who's
the
Guido?
hell? Tyler
I've
Adams
never heard of no
on
Guido.
Who's Tyler?
He's having a song.
Tyler Adams at Leeds.
My son Tyler.
He was in the
Adams.
US team in the World Cup.
He's
Nope.
always injured.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
cooked
I'm good.
rice in the World Cup.
And he also says Alex doesn't want help but loves to cut people off. Yeah, Alex isn't here, but I'll leave the super chat up. I'm sure we'll see it when he comes back. But yeah, then he could respond. But
Yeah, I can. I don't respond to kids. I don't respond to kids. Stupid. Come over
Okay.
here. Talk to me.
fair enough. I think we've gone past the whole Bowley thing and everything. Unless anyone's got any other points they wanted to add on that. Nope. All good. What other news do we have? So Fulham have made a verbal.
There's a whole section on the ESPN website. Todd Bowley's blunders make headlines. Whole section. Man. Todd Bowley's blunders makes headlines.
Oh my gosh. Fuck it up. That's mad. So yeah. Fulham have made a verbal proposal for Hudson Odoi around 4 million fee. Chelsea won 8 million. Negotiations are advanced. Looks like we are actually agreeing terms of a Premier League team. I thought that was fucking weird. Why would we block Premier League moves for Cho of all players? Makes no sense.
No, it wasn't that. They weren't offering the money we wanted. They can't come up with $8 million for this academy bum.
I hear it. I heard a report a few days ago that we didn't want to sell to a Premier League side with him. And it just made fucking sense.
It is probably fake, but in general, for me, I'll hold off. I'll hold off Cho leaving until we get Caicedo. Until we would get the resolution with Caicedo, because if we can't get Caicedo, I would definitely look at Paulinho, and I need Cho that deal.
Oh, stop with the Paulinho bullshit.
Oh,
they want the same freaking price for freaking Paulinho and Caicedo.
Yeah, but honestly, 100. No, they're not. No, they're not. Come on, we can
Yes,
get
they do.
Paulinho.
Yes, they do.
Paulinho is cheaper, man.
Yeah,
Might be a lot cheaper,
They're
but it's
asking
cheaper.
around 80 or something like that, right?
Well, it's not 100. It's not 100.
Oh, stop.
They will raise it if we drop a bid.
Stop.
They do not want to sell Paulinho.
By the way,
at any price.
Paulinho's transfer market value is 40 mil, by the way. 40 mil.
How much years left on his
Yeah,
contract?
but that doesn't mean that's what they're going to sell him for.
Fulham will sell him for more.
Hey, Father, while you're at it, why don't you look at Caicedo's market value? Look, what's Caicedo's market value?
Hang on, Einstein.
75 million euros. I checked it yesterday.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I would like to know what it was last year, because I'm guessing the interest. I guess the interest on him has driven up the price.
You want to know Caicedo's market value a year ago?
I'm just looking at alternative options. For me, I'm unwilling to pay 100 mil for Caicedo. Honestly, I'd want to get. For me, if it was up to me, I'll do 85 plus 5 million add-ons. If they reject that, halas, move on, man.
25 million euros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the interest in him has driven up his market value.
Basically,
it's crazy. He's not worth nowhere near that money, but that's the market rate for him. So if you want to buy him,
you gotta cough up the money.
You gotta cough up the money, or he's gonna have to pull a James Harden.
Yeah, I think it's a bit. I think it's early for Caicedo to play that card yet. I think the no training and handing a transfer request. I think he still has time.
Why would he not do it now? Well, I mean, what's the difference between now or later?
Well, because he's closer to the window, and then he has to be resolved.
Well, look, when you do that, there's no going back.
Yeah,
I think that's why a lot of players are really don't, because their name is their brand, and if you crap on your name, and that's what transfer requests are seen as by some people,
And
then it can damage. It can damage your.
There are financial
I can't get a
implications as
fucking
well.
word
You
through.
forgo the financial implication as well. You forgo your bonuses and certain payment that you. No, you
It's got
do.
nothing to do with that.
The transfer
Well, yes,
request,
you do, but you think he has high bonuses at freaking Brighton? No, it's
no. We're talking about in
how
general. I thought we're talking about in general what players that don't really play that card.
No, it's well. If you would let me finish what I was saying before interrupting me, I would tell you. It's because their marketability for their name to go get sponsorships. Because sponsors don't want to get involved with somebody who can just one out of their contract when they're not happy with it. So it's about your name is what you earn on who you are. Your whole.
I think that only applies for people who are, I'd say, if they're in their prime or just over their prime, because at that point your name's out there in the wind. You're not going to jump in terms of promoters value, etc. For young players like Caicedo, I don't think it makes much of a difference. I'll be honest with you. He could change his brand within the next.
It always makes a
4
difference.
or 5 years. Not for young players. I'll be honest with you. Not for young players.
It always makes a difference. Okay, go sell Mason Greenwood to a sponsor right now.
That's different.
That's extreme.
No, it is damaging your brand. It's damaging your brand by something you've done.
I think transfer requests are not. How many players have handed transfer requests?
Hey, you're walking out on a contract. Businesses do not like that.
He can come back from that. I'm telling you this now. He can come back from that.
I didn't say he couldn't come back. I said it damages your brand when you do it.
Yes, but if you are, let's say, over the age of 30,
you can't say yes, but because you just cancelled out the yes.
Oh, come on, man. It makes no difference.
What if I just come back and heard?
It makes no difference.
Why are we comparing this to Mason Greenwood? What?
All right.
because when you make examples, you go to extremes to make your point.
Just
yeah. You can't make that example. Like, you can get cancelled at any level, any age, anything like that. That's an extreme example.
Of course, but it worked, didn't it?
No.
I didn't even hear what the main point was, but that's
what?
It's about damaging your brand.
And use Greenwood as an example. Okay, yeah, I understand.
Yeah, see?
I mean,
you can't debate that one.
No, I get it. It makes sense. Like, that is a way of damaging a brand. Big up to Dan Waters saying if we can't get Caicedo, we would go for Ezequiel Palacios, Argentina World Cup winner like Enzo. CDM plays for Bayer Leverkusen. Market value 22 million euros. I'm gonna do some research for the kids.
Forget that 22 million. Chelsea walking the door is 50.
If you pay 100 mil for Caicedo, forget it. Like, for the foreseeable future,
clubs already know. You know, a lot of clubs already know.
100%.
So, well, we're trying to do away with all that by building like Strasbourg up with a bunch of talent, so we don't have to worry about it going forward. You buy them young, you raise them over in Strasbourg, and then you bring them over to Chelsea if they're good enough. That's the whole plan. So going forward, we don't have to worry about this crap.
I think we are, because we need a bad boy goalkeeper, and we're gonna have to negotiate for that.
We have a bad boy goalkeeper.
No, come on, man.
We do.
Who's that? Kepa?
No.
If you're saying Salina, he's gonna go on loan.
Bro, we need some. Bro, if we get top 4 with Kepa, let's say we get top 4 with Kepa, argument's sake, we score a lot of, and let's just say we need a goalkeeper either this season or next season. We need an actual ready-made, and we're gonna have to put in a lot of money. At that point, if we get fleeced for Caicedo, we will get fleeced for every transfer going forward. pretty much most transfer going
Yeah.
forward.
The idea that you can't find a top goalkeeper that is young and take a chance on them is baffling to me, because every goalkeeper was nobody before they were somebody.
So we're not going to
Okay.
get no world-class players.
So
we're not going to buy no experience. We're not
you're
going to buy no
saying
world-class.
saying take it, Andre Santos. Let's take Andre Santos. Kid's gonna be a star. He's gonna be in our squad this year, right? He looks like he's a player. Why can't you do the same thing with the goalkeeper? Why is it that you only can you have to go out and find a pre-made one?
Because let's just say it takes Bettinelli 4 or 5 years for him to get to the same level as Edison or Alisson or that level.
Bettinelli.
Bettinelli's already old.
He's like in his 30s, isn't he?
But
no,
again,
you don't.
Why do you think he has to take 4 to 5 years?
So then, yeah.
Why do you think let me ask you this. Let me phrase it this way. If this kid was English and held the record for the most clean sheets in the championship, everybody here would be saying, we don't need a keeper. We got this kid. If he came through Cobham, and set a record for the most clean sheets in the championship,
If he was English, yeah.
You would be like, oh, we don't need a keeper. We got this kid from Cobham.
We'll still say that.
I think for a thing, it's like no one's really seen this guy enough to make any judgments on him. He's just going on loan for the season anyway to Belgium, so it's like,
yeah, and he needs it. It's good for his development.
Yeah, he needs some starting.
We need someone for now. We need somebody for now.
Well,
maybe you could look at like the Navas on loan option, and we've spoken about that for a little bit.
If you want somebody
short, huh?
They're going to start Kepa, and Kepa, for all the flaws,
you bring someone on loan to bench them. Maybe.
He had a pretty good rating last year for keepers. I think he was a +6. So he saved 6 more shots than he should have.
Really?
Bro, we're not winning the league title with Kepa, bro.
All right. I need help with English because I try to figure out how to search for that specific thing. If anybody remember when Todd Bowley first came, didn't he say that the way that he surprised how much Chelsea does not bring money into the club, like by sponsorship,
advertising,
outside of football stuff?
How much, like more is how you say it, how much more you can bring financial by sponsors. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
I tried to put it in a search and I can't figure out how to put it in a search because everything I put it and it says it's basically blaming Todd on season. It doesn't say blaming like the, you know what I'm saying? Like everything you search, it's how the season went. I can't figure out.
Try searching up initial interview.
Because it was, I remember when they first came in, he said something about sponsorship that doesn't bring enough money into the club.
Right.
And
Alex,
that's what I was trying to figure.
I'll give it to you. You did say that.
Do what?
No, Alex, don't search for it. He did say that. He said something around that.
Yeah, but that's what I was trying to say. Like, you don't make those quotes. What I'm saying, like, you don't make those quotes before you actually do something. You see what I'm saying? Like, because now we even don't have a sponsor on the shirt. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, I want him to succeed. It's in the Chelsea's best if Todd Bowley succeeds. Only criticism I have of him is he needs to be quiet sometimes and do first and then say it instead of say it and doesn't reach up. You see what I'm saying? That's what I was trying to say.
Steak.
Do what?
And we had steak. He had the steak sponsorship, and he had Paramount Plus. But what's that?
Doug, no worries.
Yeah, what I'm saying is like it's not. It's.
No, you can go.
What I'm saying is it's not like.
You got hella background news, bro.
Oh
Guys,
shit!
mute yourself, bro.
Yeah, please mute until you sort that. That's
Hold on, I'm gonna bounce. Jimmy wants to.
My bad, bro. I'm in the whip.
Do you
And it's like
understand what
fucking
I'm
99.
saying? Do you understand
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Don't
Jester? I wasn't pulling shit out of my ass. I was saying there was a beginning of the thing when he said that is more money is supposed to be coming in. You can do more with that sponsorship that comes to Chelsea. I just saying, like, I don't disagree with you. Just do it before you're talking. Because the way it looks to me right now, we don't have a sponsor on the shirt. We don't have money coming in. But all of a sudden, you had this idea that we can bring money more. Do it and then say it. There will be more than just say it.
Hey, Jimmy, I'm about so you can jump in and jump on people.
Yeah, go get your massage.
Jesters, it's been
No,
real.
man, I had to install a tankless water heater this morning
Why?
in my guest house.
Oh, busted?
Yeah, the element went out on it.
God, you should get a room, man.
As long as it's not in the attic.
No, it was
It's in
a
garage.
room. What the hell are you talking about? Do you know what day it is, Falter? What day is it, Falter?
You two need to get a room, man. Honestly.
What the?
Okay.
What?
We're gonna get the room above yours and jump on the ceiling all night. So
Yeah.
Guy, you don't. You literally have a kitchen in your bedroom. Why are you talking, Fatur? You literally, if you turn camera to your left, we will see your stove.
His bed in the bathroom is the other way.
And the toilet is going to be right beside the stove.
So you be cooking the shit or cooking some noodles.
Or both at the same time. Don't get up.
All right, Jimmy, jump on. I'm out of here.
Jesters, have a good weekend, bro. Take care.
All right, you too.
Big up Identikit saying Brighton went against their word, justified no damage.
John,
No, it's
Johnny.
in
They haven't gone against their word.
Johnny, come on, you broke. Put the money where your mouth is. It's all in your hand, Johnny.
There's two
all in
things
your
to that,
hands.
by the way.
Respawns on 1999.
There's two things
Come
to that,
on.
by the way. Number one, they haven't gone back on their word. They said they'd sell him at the right price, and they've set their price. Number two, a verbal agreement means fuck all in business. Like a verbal agreement means nothing in the grand scheme of things. If it's not signed, it didn't happen. If it's not on paper or on email or out there to be seen, it did not happen.
And
So-
you know what's surprising, Scott? It happens all the time, and it keeps
It happened with
happening.
Harry
I don't
Kane.
understand. I
It
know.
literally happened with Harry
did-
Kane, man. Like he
How-
had a
how-
verbal, what was it called? A quote unquote gentleman's agreement that he could leave, and he's dealing with Daniel
I'm
Levy.
just like,
And the moment he wants to
do-
leave, it's no, you've signed a contract.
Do
fucking idiot for
football
signing a
players are
contract.
that stupid that they don't know what other football players did, and they cannot see that it could happen again?
Yeah, like I'm gonna be real. That's just on your agent being a dumbass. If your agent is letting you sign that deal without something being written in the contract that you can leave with a release clause or with a like I'm leaving after this season regardless, you're a fucking dumbass. Like
Exactly.
that's all it is. That's the thing. That's why, bro. All this just transfer, by the way. I don't know if it got brought up earlier at all, but this whole transfer is just showing the hypocrisy of football fans from both sides. Like you've got Chelsea fans complaining that Brighton aren't just rolling over for us, like they have to. Like they in any way have
Then
to.
we
And
did
you've
the
got,
same thing
and
to
you've got the
Arsenal
Brighton
and
fans
United.
talking about Colwell, and it's like, and then complaining when Chelsea fans want to talk about Caicedo. Like, maybe just don't be a bunch of bitches.
Yep.
And like in the same way, Brighton don't have to do anything, but Brighton need to stop talking about a player that ain't theirs if they're going to complain that we talk about Caicedo all the time. Like, it works both ways, man.
I just want Johnny to come on stream and
I
talk.
think just the
It
respect
will be
on
funny
both
if the
sides.
Johnny, and it will be funny if it will be Johnny that sounds like Carlito.
Who?
Hmm?
Oh, the guy. Yeah, they timed him out.
Why have we timed him out? Come on.
Manchester United reject 20 million offer from West Ham to sign Maguire. Nice.
Makes sense.
What a bid from Chelsea. And the legendary villain, wherever you are, bro, the fridge to
I
bridge
don't
stuff.
understand why people time
Bridge
him
to
out. This
East
is
London.
don't time out, people. Johnny, come on, Carlito. I know you're here.
Oh my gosh.
I know you cannot live without me.
What's you guys' thoughts on this whole Kudus situation with Arsenal and United creeping around?
Don't care. I'm more about I want Caicedo to come. I don't care about
That's fair enough. Anybody else?
That is a position, or that is a situation where there's so many other options. Like that, we're looking at 3 options. Like if Kudus doesn't happen, Fairs, he's probably the one of the 3 I'd most want. Actually, no, he's probably second behind Cherky, but I understand Cherky doesn't fit as well and is less attainable. But like, you still got Cherky potentially, or Elise if Kudus doesn't come.
I think there's a bigger aquarium with those players than in DM like that. I don't need. I have time for Kudus to kick into the Premier League, into the squad. I don't have time in the second midfielder to be. I don't have time for anybody to come to Chelsea and beside Enzo and not kick in from the beginning. I need somebody that goes in beside Enzo and kick in from the Liverpool game. That's why you see what I'm saying? I need that partnership to be kicked in from the beginning. I just don't have time. That's what it is. If we have time, we will have better.
This is what we said earlier, Alex.
Negotiation.
This is what we said earlier. Like, we can give time to certain players, but we have to then limit our expectations as a fan base. We can't sit here and say we have to give Santos and Caicedo time, which we do, and then expect to finish in the top 4 next season. Those two things, unless Santos and Caicedo hit, and they literally end up they hit straight away and are so wildly above our expectations, which that happens fine, but you can't expect that to happen. That just needs to happen out of its own accord. You can't expect that to happen.
Yeah.
No, I'm a medic, Dr. Mohammed Kulim. I'm not a doctor. I'm a medic.
Yeah. On Kudus. Oops.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Look, on Kudus, I'm not honestly, I'm not that fussed. I'm more concerned about the midfield. I'm very concerned about the midfield. I'm not.
It's only Arsenal that's a concern to me. Not Brighton.
I think even Arsenal. Just look at this Arsenal. I don't think it's the conversation with Arsenal, because if you think about it, they overstacked in this position too. Overstacked.
That's why they need outgoings first before they can come in for Kudus. So
I don't think they overstacked the right wing. They just got Bukayo Saka really, and after that, it's they don't play. They don't often play Trossard on there.
Trossard, Nelson, Trossard. They could put Havertz in there if they wanted to.
I don't think. Look, if you worry about who he will choose, I think he has more chances of playing for Chelsea week in, week out than he will at Arsenal. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I agree.
And he's a young player that actually looking for the game time, not the bench player. I think I still not convinced Partey staying. He can say that Partey staying as long as you want. But if the money right coming, they can offload it. They would offload Partey. And I still think they need to improve in the midfield if Partey leaves. But I like Kudus. Don't get me wrong. I just want what's his name to be over. I just want Caicedo to be over.
Caicedo first.
Jimmy, what's your whole thoughts on the Kudus thing? Are you same energy as Alex? You're not really concerned about the other clubs in for him?
Yeah, fuck them other clubs. Like, I ain't worried about that. And I mean, we got a couple options at that position. Like, so I ain't
exactly
as far as who we're looking at. So if one person take some of that shit is just like bullshit. Like I don't know if y'all noticed, but this year every player that Chelsea's tied to, Arsenal, they automatically link Arsenal to them. So that's clearly the play this year. I don't know if y'all been keeping eyes on that. Literally every player, probably outside of Jerky, that I've seen us linked to. I
saw Elise say to Arsenal links a few days
I swear to God, as soon as you see us
make more sense for them than Kudus actually.
As soon as you see us linked to them, 5 minutes later, I go and Terry from the Terrace is announcing Arsenal. That's why I'm like, yo, transfer season is like the worst time of year for me in football. It's annoying. Like, we be up here arguing about players, and then I log on to maybe a Man U fan channel or Liverpool, and they're arguing about the same players. And I'm like, what the fuck is real? Like, everybody thinks they're getting the same players.
It's like everyone fight for the same girl. It's like everyone fight for the same girl.
Yeah, everybody think they're getting the same players. So it's like, to me, it's just like, when it comes to the transfers, I take everything with a grain of salt. It's like, I guess you get more excited about the players you like. You know what I mean? And you tend to lean towards the good news for the players you like. But outside of that, like Kudus is where it's at for me. I'd rather take Kudus because of his versatility and all that. Already know how I felt about Jerky. Jerky to me he's just too young and like, and then for him to not, and then for it to be known his off the ball stuff. It's not good. It's like, nah, you can keep that shit.
What about Jerky go to the French team that we have? So maybe if that's
no. He's too good for that. He's already at Lyon, so he's not gonna go to our
Jerky started or not starting, but like he's been involved in the squad, whatever team he's going to. Like,
I don't know about whatever team he's going to, but
of the three as well, Jerky's got the highest ceiling of all the three that we've been in with.
Well, I don't know about that.
Ridinho, I don't give a flying rat's ass. His parents made that name. It's hard for me to say it. That's it.
And hold on, Scott, what did you say that I said a month ago about Caicedo? What did you say I said a month ago?
That he was the only option. That you had to go and get.
First of all, one thing you guys got it. We joke and we banter and all that, but y'all don't attribute shit to me that I did not say. You will never in your life hear me say in the world of European football that one player is the only option. Now, if I said he's the guy I want, that does not mean he's the only option. I've never said he's the only option. I said he's the guy I want, and I would spend up to 100 million. But what I said is why I changed my mind about the 100 million is because I thought somebody else would be in for him besides us. I really thought it would be somebody, at least one other team going, all right, let's try to push it. There's literally nobody else. And he is publicly known that he wants Chelsea. I'm sorry. This is the time for Chelsea to say, you know what? We didn't do it in the past. We haven't done it. Roman and them never really did it. We're a new regime. We fucked up our first window. This is our chance to make it be known we're not going for this. This is the chance. This is the perfect chance. You know why? Because I see it different from y'all. Y'all see it like, oh, this is the guy we have to have in this. And that's the point. Everybody knows you have to have him. And if you still say, fuck you, I'm not giving you that money, and then it's etched in stone. People will really know, you know what? Chelsea's willing to walk away. So now when you go to negotiate,
that's what I've been saying.
When you go to negotiating tables and you say, hey, look, this is how far I'm going, team's gonna know, look, remember what they did with Caicedo? We gotta hurry up and stuff. So like you can't keep kicking it down the can down the road and say, well, next transfer we're gonna stand firm. Because there's never gonna be a next one.
This is what I said. Yeah. This is the same shit I've been saying the whole day, fam.
I want Caicedo, and this is not something that I thought from the beginning. I didn't think this because, like I said, I swore somebody would fight with us for his signature. But it seems like everybody realized, look, this dude wants Chelsea. Fuck it, hands off, let him go. So it's like you come to the table now, that's your advantage as the buyer. Like, look, nobody else wants this shit. So you either gonna sell it to me or you're going to keep it. But I'm not gonna pay over for. I'm not gonna pay over.
He wants us. I don't think he says it strong enough that he wants us.
I don't think it's a case of he wants us. Like, I think it's a case of we're a bigger club. He'll get more money and he'll get a bigger. I don't think it's a case of
Fabrizio. We believe a lot of the shit Fabrizio say.
No, I don't disagree that he wants us. I don't just. If he really, really wants us, transfer request. That's what Kukurea did.
Yeah, I don't know. See, transfer request is the last thing you do. See,
the guy literally. Hold on a second, Jimmy. Last January, the guy posted on his freaking.
But he did not hand in a transfer request. That's two different things, Alex. He posted because he thought he was about to get that. That's not even worse. That's not worse.
He literally said goodbye to his fans.
It's not worse. You worrying about what? See, this is what happens as fans. We get too caught up in this nostalgia that we think players give a fuck about our every word. They don't.
When it gets to the business part, they deal with business, and then after that, they'll smooth it over with fans later. Because you know what players and agents know? If you play good, fans are fickle. They don't give a fuck.
I'm telling you that's not true on the business end either, because he's dumb enough to actually saying that we had the verbal agreement.
What do you mean what's not true on the business end? What's not true?
Well, based on the reports that they're saying that they had a verbal agreement.
Don't I let him go?
If 80 million was reached, he can be allowed to leave.
So what does that have to do with you saying that to make what point?
I'm saying it to make the point that you're saying that all these fans, they always care, but we make a difference between business and not business. Well, he did that as a business.
But what the fuck does that have to do with fans, Alex? There's no correlation between the two. Him making a bad decision to re-sign, what does that have to do with him caring about fans? I'm talking about him. I don't think he gives a fuck about what fans think. Like when players are in the middle of negotiation, they are not thinking about fans. They're not. He's not. Let's just be real. Like why who's thinking about fans? To make my point.
That's
to
not
make my
what
point.
I'm debating.
To make my point. All the shit that Jordan Henderson say and feel about the LGBTQ. You think he really feels it? I think he does. But guess what? When money talk. And he know that's life-changing money. It's not going to change who he is. He know he feels how he feel about gay and lesbian people. But he know, you know what else? I got a fucking family and a generation or two to look after. What's more important? So you understand what I'm saying? It's priority.
Generation of 5.
I'm just saying, if you think that he's that bright in the business side, I was just telling you that he's not that bright on the business side, because he allowed to actually prove him, because last transfer window is supposed to be verbal agreement, and I'm saying maybe he doesn't care about the fans, but he's not as bright as in the businessman either, because he made a verbal agreement.
Alex, that's what they said. He made a verbal agreement. You know what agreement we know he made for sure? He signed a contract that got him more money at the time, and I think that's what he cared about.
That's stupid.
That for you, for us, because we want him on our squad.
No, not even for us. Not even for us, Jimmy.
Bro, listen, Rodrigo. Okay, go on. Sometimes y'all get outside of the real world. He's a fucking human with bills, with people to take care of.
That's not what we're saying. We're saying...
No, he's saying to sign that contract was stupid. I understand that. I understand what he's saying. Okay. But you looking at it as if he's not going to get his move. In his mind, he's going to get his move. By the hook or the crook, he's going to get it. So he's not worried about it.
I guess we'll see.
I think with Caicedo, you're looking at two different timelines. The time that he put out that cry for help on social media, he was on a very low wage at that time. He didn't sign a contract, and he had 10 brothers and sisters to feed in Ecuador. Okay, right now, that's already taken care of by him signing a new contract. So he wants to come to Chelsea, but he's not desperate because his family have been taken care of now at this point.
And I won't even say he's not desperate for the move. I'm quite sure he wants the move. But the transfer request is the last move. I think we all know that.
Last move. I agree with you.
Putting in the actual transfer request is the last. But I agree, Alex. I think he should be, if not him, at least his agent. Somebody should be putting up a stink. Somebody.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's all I'm saying. No, I wasn't disagreeing with you that the difference between the fans and everything. I agree with you on that. I'm just saying, it's just no point of showing how. For example, for me, he doesn't show enough interest in Chelsea, like even last transfer window. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, he got to make more of a stink for me.
Okay, so if you're saying no, don't put the transfer request because it's a last thing. Why not put in if what you're saying is insignificant? Put the statement on the freaking thing on the your what's his name? Whatever channel he has on the pussy ass website or whatever, where the people put the food on the phone. What's that freaking
Instagram?
App? Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah, that's the app that people have. Well, put Put that
Put a
statement
statement
away
up there.
again.
Yeah. Make up a stink. I mean, maybe I'm just looking at it on the bright side, but that last statement by De Zerbi, or whatever the fuck you say his name, got me leaning towards more. Brighton is leaning towards, you know what, we ready to, it's about time to stop playing this fucking game.
Vic, hold on. Can you bring Vic's comment, please? Are you freaking dumb? You can't
Yes,
skip
he can.
training?
He can skip training. Yes, the fuck he can.
Just gonna get fined.
Explain it to me. How did we lost goalkeeper?
Exactly. Thibaut Courtois said, I'm not fucking showing up.
How? Explain me what Diego Costa did.
Yeah, this dude tripping. They could just not show up. That's putting up a stink.
I swear Christensen did the same thing on his way out. I'm pretty sure he did on the way out before he went to Barcelona.
It's been tons of players who've done it. Tons.
By the way, even if I remember, Caicedo did not show up at Brighton last season in the January immediately after the World Cup.
I think you're right. I think one of the days he didn't show up, and then the next day he did. Yeah, something like that. But like they said, he went from 3,000 a week to 60K. Trust me, that was enough to take care of the family, bro. That was enough.
Yeah, he missed training before the end of the January.
Yeah, Alex had it right. He did miss. I think he did skip
training. Let me get it up on the screen.
But I think he did do that like the last week, like the week when the window was about to close.
A few days before. It was the
2 days
28th
before.
of
Okay,
January.
yeah, a few days before. So yeah, that's when it's the last. That's your last ditch effort. You can't play that card too early.
There was reports yesterday that Caicedo was prepared to hand in a transfer request to force a move in January, but De Zerbi played down fears he'd leave this month. Missed Brighton training as he attempts to force an exit from the club amid interest from Arsenal and Chelsea. Also, the 60 million offer for him turned down.
Yeah, he wants out. He wanted out.
Yeah. No, but
he wanted out. He definitely wants out.
Oh, he has done it before. Okay.
Yeah, but Jimmy, for me, if Caicedo was on like 3K in this transfer window, I'm telling you, he won't turn up to training right now. By this point, he's not turning up to training. He's handed the transfer request. If he was on 3K.
Who keeps blocking Johnny in the chat? Please unblock him. Don't mute him. I want to see. My friends close by my enemies even closer. I want to see what they think. Don't block him. People, come on. If somebody calls me stupid or waffler, this is not to be how you say it? Mute people.
Unchallenged.
Johnny.
You're not trying to be a troll.
Minerals. Well, that's a troll minerals account. That's not the real one.
Johnny, not Johnny. John Johnny.
Double J.
See if I can find them.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
but all in all, we cannot. I'm telling you this now. If the Brighton reject that next bid,
man, it's not a. But come on. Like I'm saying, like people mute people for saying something like, "Oh my God, he said something." Oh, he said Alex is waffle or something, and people already muting him. Don't mute people for that stupid shit.
Let me check.
Look, the only way I get offended if my family get involved, or my kids, or my religion. Specifically mine.
I don't care. You could even say shit about my mom, my wife. Just don't involve my kids. My kids ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
I love my wife, so
I love my wife too, but they don't know my wife, so I don't give a fuck. You know, they don't know my mom. But to talk shit about you ain't got to know my kids for me to feel like you disrespecting my kids. It's like my kids, they're innocent. They did nothing. You know, they did nothing. Yeah, they minors. You know what I mean? We're adults. They're minors.
I'm not even like Russian. Look, I really don't care. Like you stating the fact that I'm Russian when you're saying like the Russian. Like you, yeah, I know. Thank you.
Exactly. They saying that like it's a bad thing. Like who gives a fuck?
Exactly. Like thank you for reminding me. Yeah, I know. It's like
you're Russian. Okay. Yeah. And you're taking long.
Yeah.
No, thanks. Dan says, question for all: do we just pay the 100 million for Caicedo? I don't think I get.
I think 100 is the top.
I
do 90.
100 is the walk away,
man. And if them pussies talk about 100, I say okay. hold
I'm
on to
saying
that.
100. I'm
But-
saying the 100 million package with bonuses, with everything.
Oh, with bonuses.
No.
But I gotta keep it
We'll
real
do a
though.
poll.
If they paid 100, I'm not gonna cry. But if they didn't, I could understand. If they
I
sent
know
90,
that. I know, Rick.
yeah, if they sent 90 and Brighton said no, we don't want 90, and Chelsea then said, you know what, fuck that, we're walking away, I could understand. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, and
Yeah,
I could
think-
understand too.
yeah, Matisse. I think
that
Matisse
the
is gonna put out a video later of who he think is good alternatives. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting to see people to put out who they think is alternatives.
For me,
Sinister.
I will say, like, if based on how we've been doing it before, and if it's true that
Mhm.
we only add 10 to 15 mil in the bonuses, then for me it will be 90 plus 10 or whatever the bonuses reach.
Okay,
But
yeah,
I'm fine
90,
with that.
and the bonuses will make it reach 100. So
Yeah,
90
yeah.
plus 10. Yeah.
No,
For me,
for,
what we
that's-
last thing we did is 80, right? And based on the
Yeah.
previous things, we've been aiding by 10 million, by 10, by 10.
It was by 5, and the last time it was 10. So I would assume the next one
Okay.
probably be 10 also.
No,
personally,
I love
it's too
Arsenal
much.
fans. I love Arsenal fans. Troy Mitchell, why would he go to Chelsea? Y'all don't have any Champions League football, no direction. Y'all just flashing cash on anybody.
Arsenal fans. 1 year, one
Oh,
season, and they
man.
talking like
Arsenal-
They never won the Champions League as well.
Hold on a second.
one
Arsenal
season.
on the rise.
You know what's funny to me? Alex,
Yo.
here's the funniest thing.
Lewis
Right?
had that ready, you know.
Do people know Arteta's record in Europe? He's a horrible coach in Europe. Y'all think he's gonna do well in Champions League? Are you
You
fucking
got
serious?
stunned by- oh my word.
No,
How many
I love
years-
how Lewis has got all
I
all
think Onana is
the
a good
pictures
goalkeeper, Super Pochettino.
ready to go, fam.
Yeah, keep trolling. You the one that trolling, man.
What do you mean trolling? Bro,
That's funny.
legit phone, man.
I love Arsenal fans. They're so cute.
Yeah.
By the way,
Arsenal-
did y'all see me? Like I posted, Saka was at the Chelsea's game.
yeah.
Wearing the Saka shirt.
I saw that on Twitter. Saka
You know what's
was at the
crazy?
game.
I was advocating for us to buy him or Rashford before
No
Sterling.
way,
I was
Alex.
like,
Man said Chelsea are finished. Arsenal haven't even started. I want to talk about finish. Now, what are we doing?
that's
What are we
funny,
doing?
man.
Come on, man.
That's
Big
funny.
up to Mr. Paulito's way, saying I'd feel more comfortable with Caicedo and Santos if we had more high press machines in pre-season. Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City will be an unknown. Can't say they won't be able to handle, but more high press.
I think actually Chelsea, Newcastle, and Brighton are the only ones that actually had the decent quality teams playing in preseason than anybody else.
Yeah, everybody else looking a little shaky out there.
No. I'm saying nobody. No, I'm saying. What's the name? I'm saying that what people don't realize, intensity of the preseason this summer was bigger than any other teams within preseason.
Yeah,
right
we
now.
do look a step ahead of everybody with
Because we played two of the highest possession
and moving teams. Yeah, with
moving
Newcastle.
teams in the Premier League.
And we kind of ran both of them off the fucking field.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? We already played in a really good Premier League teams. Arsenal, who did they play Premier League teams? United, and that's it.
MLS All Stars.
No. I'm saying as a Premier League teams.
Yeah, they play United, and they got spanked.
And they beat Alonso as the center back. And
then they lost to United with Sancho at the 9. Holy shit!
Oh dear.
You see what I'm saying? So
dead club.
Jadon Sancho was at
Chelsea,
the
What I'm saying, Chelsea actually had the decent quality preseason games. We had the really good preseason games.
Yeah, we had a good lead into the season. Can't lie.
Yeah.
Sunday. Who we got Sunday? Fulham? Yeah.
Fulham, yeah.
we got Fulham.
Gunnar King, that's
Fulham.
why you over here in the chat. You're not Caicedo, and that's why your decisions make you just qualify for the chat.
Oh shit, that's Gunnar King. Oh, big up, my guy. Big up.
Big up,
In a
Gunnar
minute.
King.
seen him around. Big up.
To be fair,
He's
Y'all
changed
smoked
Yabi, though. That's
Barca.
very.
So
No,
what?
no.
Y'all,
I just
y'all
love.
smoked the Europa team. Who gives a fuck?
No.
To be fair, certain someone gave the ball away. I'm not saying who, but it was, give that equalizer away.
What?
Who? What?
Marcus Alonso apparently give the ball away to Arsenal.
Why you waving your microphone when you talk? Look, like, do you think we can understand? Like, are you thinking that with its hi-fi? Like, I need to hear you on the two different speakers when you talk?
Not really.
Well, keep your microphone steady, dude. Don't fucking wave it like a freaking schlong.
I'm trying to stretch my arms. That's why.
But we're the one that listening to you, man. He literally does microphone like this and tries to see if we can hear him.
And he going in and out and shit like a fucking like when a fly landed on your ear. That's what it sounds like.
Seriously, Fatur.
Oh, fucking hell, man.
Chelsea have inquired about Nicola Barella, but he's not the type of midfielder we need.
Yeah.
He's more like Enzo.
We need a number 6.
Yeah.
Well, a number 6 is somebody who can play next to Enzo.
I have questions about Tonali. I watched him live, and I kept close on him. Yo,
he's not good.
I mean, he was playing
no.
He didn't look into it. I feel like.
Not into. Nah, I'm not going on that thing that he's not. Oh, he thinks that the gym is bigger in.
In Milan.
What a stupid thing.
Did you see the look on his wife's face when she looked at that? Nah, they don't want to be there.
What do you think of him?
I actually respect you. Please don't be
it's
like
a still
Igal.
fucking picture,
Please don't
man.
be like
You can take a
Igal.
still
Don't
picture and
troll.
make anything of it. Y'all relax. Grow up, man.
What do you think of him, Alex? Because you are the game.
I just think it's a preseason again. It's a preseason. What I tried to see, it's slightly how he, how he's like a what's his name, Pirlo on the ball, like he's that like a flowing midfielder. I just think he looks 2 steps behind to everything. Like, does it make sense?
Yeah.
Like he thinks he has
catch
more time. He thinks that he has more time on the ball than it is, which I think it's like a really, really Italian approach.
Yeah.
He's not gonna have that. And
But he also ain't gonna have a 17-year-old in the midfield with him either. He's gonna have.
But that 17 years
but he's
old.
still a 17-year-old. I'm quite sure he has no trust in him because I wouldn't trust him.
Yeah, but he did not play besides 17, Jimmy. He
Yeah.
played
He
in
has to
high
get-
8.
He has to get used to the speed of the game. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
he has to get
I'm
used
not
to
I'm not judging Tonali yet. I'm just not. I'll judge him.
But no.
About,
Even like, do you like know how they played in ours? In the way he played in AC Milan, the best thing for the way what he did is he used speed of 2 left players on the left side. What's the name?
Leao.
Those crosses, those passes are quicker. You see what I'm saying? I didn't see that. I didn't see him running through the midfield.
Didn't he play on the right?
Do what?
I thought Tonali played on the right in AC Milan because Benacer was left-footed. He plays on the left.
Man said Eddie Nketiah will score more goals than Jackson. Oh my god. Oh.
Benacer, when they're starting, Benacer is left-footed. I'm pretty sure he plays left center.
Sarcasm City for the raid.
So are you talking about like the crosses? Benacer.
Yeah, Tonali passes to Leao.
Okay, so you're talking about like a long cross, like long ball.
Yes.
Okay.
I just didn't see it against Newcastle, and he. Marina,
I've now watched.
Yeah. Dr. Mohammed Koulme says, "Lads, Marina, is she a Chelsea legend?"
Yes.
Yes. What does it matter?
What she did on selling point, yes.
Yes.
Some of her questions.
I mean,
some of her decisions are questionable.
How much? What's her CV look like? How many trophies she got?
1.
When did she join? But she's got a UCL in there and a couple of
the Premier League as well.
She got a UCL. I'm talking about league titles. Because she got a UCL, she got a Europa.
She got best football director of the season.
Yeah.
But what did we win under her?
2022. 2014 to 20.
How many trophies? Whatever we won under her, she gets credit for.
That would be FA Cup.
Yeah, that's what I was
Premier League,
looking.
Champions League.
Thanks for
One
the
of
help,
everything,
Rose
basically.
Lynch.
One of
She
everything.
basically cleared everything, right? Because she got the Club
she's
World
got
Cup,
one of
all that.
everything.
I want to go back
Look,
to Tonali. Yeah, I watched
Rose Lynch comment is actually what I wanted to say in a short way. The game was too fast for him. He was getting.
I watched the not just our game. I watched the Aston Villa game, Newcastle Aston Villa. He was nowhere. He wasn't. He was really really bad. In the Chelsea
That's
game,
what
he
I'm
was bad.
saying. Like it's like some of them you can see that they go like they still got it. I just think he completely lost. Like
Yeah, because someone said he played next to a 17-year-old. In the Aston Villa game, he played
He
next
wasn't.
to Gimares. He played next to
He
Gimares.
wasn't playing against 17 years old at Chelsea. He played higher.
Yeah. The kid could play higher. Yeah, because the kid was on Enzo's ass.
Yeah, but I'm not going. It's too early to say what Tonali.
Yeah, it's too early. That's what I'm saying. He just didn't look good.
Personally, I never really rated him. I always feel like Ruben, ex-Milan have upgraded with Ruben.
Yeah, you did. I remember you did say that from the beginning.
Same as I'm the one that said it before him because I thought that he was succeeding Tonali in there because
no,
he
I'm
was
talking about
better
the
than
thing
Tonali.
with the Ruben when he said. I remember him saying Ruben is better. I think him and Steve was going back and forth about that.
Yeah,
I said Robin Loftus-Cheek is going to do better at AC Milan than Tonali too.
Yeah,
because I don't think they have Ruben is good, man. If he has
Ruben's good. Ruben's good.
That's good. He's quality player when he goes up in the forward and he will have more time. He's physical enough. He can body players. Too bad.
I want to see how
this is the guy that I wanted to succeed.
Blue price tweet.
I would like to see how it would work with Benacer though, because they're very similar players. Him and Ruben are very similar players.
Yeah. Hopefully Ruben does well because good mentality, good guy.
We have a Pies tweet. Safe to Fata for letting us know. It's on Roman Abramovich. Chelsea have agreed to give UEFA 8.5 million for incomplete financial reporting during the Abramovich era. They are almost certainly being investigated by the Premier League as well. What?
Leave off, man. Bro, come on, man. What is this?
Never a boring day, man.
Man, who cares? Who cares? If that's just a money grab,
Actually, it depends. This might not be anything that deep.
Yeah, it's probably just a fine to pay money. Who gives a fuck? Pay them the money.
Do you know when they say investigated by the Premier League? That means there's some other Premier League teams effectively to.
Didn't they have to do this before? Didn't they have to do this before the?
That's what I'm saying. It's not going to be nothing major. Yeah, they when they do before they look for major shit. Minor shit like
no, it's not because the Premier League, no, because it's not as part of the onboarding process of a new ownership, effectively, because this is a UEFA issue.
No, I'm saying, because when Roman left, he paid off all the debts, right? Now I know this may not be a part of the debts and everything, but you would think that includes like any outline, like bills, like little thing. So you would think this already would. Say that again.
Yeah, but this is.
No, but this is not a debt. No, a debt is
like something that was reported before.
Yeah, this is not necessarily a debt. It says Chelsea have agreed to give UEFA to 8.5 million for incomplete financial report. Yeah, that's not necessarily a debt.
Before the club was sold, I'm saying before the club was sold. That's not a debt.
That's not a debt. That's not a loan. That's not something you sign a contract to pay back.
Like they're paying a fine for something that happened during the Roman era.
Yeah.
Roman can't release a fine that he didn't have.
But when you buy in the club, you buy all the faults too.
All the debt, you buy all of it. So even if future,
but Roman had already gotten rid of it.
He did not get rid of it. If it's new, if they just discovered now that he had some improprieties back then, they have to pay the fine now.
Right. I understand that. I understand
out what don't exist. It didn't exist.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
And also, we don't know where that 8.5 million came from. That could have been a built up over a long period of time. So they could have just came in and said, "Okay, you know what? We realized over a long period of time since Roman's reign."
Right. Okay.
By the way, why we talk? Let's move on. None of us know because it's going to go back as like, oh my god, we know finances, just like me and Jester were talking about. None of us do. Let's
No.
speak
It's just
actually
we're just talking about like the general, just the common sense of it. That's all we're talking.
So
We're not
this was
talking like
between
where's the 10 million coming
2012
How
from?
much how much did Man United pay as a fee
I have no clue.
for FFP? Like
It was
30 or
very
40 or
small.
something like that?
I think they,
Who's
Hey, bro, somebody go ahead and ban Victor, bro. Can't be saying all that.
Oh, get the
Yeah.
fuck out. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, this was historical transactions between 2012 and 2019. 10 million
Yeah.
euros being paid off. All right, cool.
yeah,
Not too.
which is like
Now,
so
now I
it's so
can
it's,
see.
so it's an audited fee. It's an audited what's it called? Fine, effectively. That's what.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what
new
they pay
ownership
for.
identified and reported it to UEFA themselves, and they've just agreed a settlement. Not deep.
Yeah.
Fear mongering over.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I never really care about this financial thing. As long as the team, as long as they get the players that we need, the team.
I'm
is
actually okay. If you can bend the rules, you can cheat yourself and do it.
Yeah, do
As
it.
long as you don't get
They
caught.
also banned from the Conference League.
Yeah.
I don't care. Do whatever it takes. Lie, bribe, do whatever it takes, because there's no clean hands billionaires. There's
Yeah.
no club that will not bend the rules. You're just not smart enough. That's all it is.
Oh, talking about the competition for next season, yeah. If you step away from Chelsea a little bit, I look around. I think Aston Villa are looking very, very good.
Yes.
And I'm surprised
Yes.
Man City.
The other day,
Man
Juve
City
won
haven't
out
done
the
more
Conference League as well. That's theirs.
That's
Yeah,
a-
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think we have a squad to do it for top four, but I think we're gonna be like slowly progressing towards it.
they're
was
gonna
very
win
impressed.
that fucking conference shit. They're gonna win that. Unai is gonna
Definitely.
clean that. He's gonna sweep right through
Well,
that.
could that impact their league performance?
It
That's the
might,
real question.
but winning that is gonna automatically qualify them for Europa. So
Yeah,
they-
it'll work
they-
out for them in the long run. But
Yeah,
they might
so
be less
as long as they make
Remember
top
West Ham?
10, I think as long as they make top 10 and win that, it's a step. It's still an advance because this year's gonna be a knockdown, drag 'em type of fucking year. Trust me.
I'm surprised Man City are not
Who is
signing.
Andre? Has anyone heard of Andre? Because
Yeah,
Bertram's
well, yeah, it's from Fluminense. He's I can't pretend I've watched him. I've done YouTube comps, YouTube stats, and he looks good.
What is there? Center mid? Okay.
I think he's a centre mid from look. They're saying Bertram's saying he's similar
Yeah,
to
he's a
Caicedo.
DM.
I'll do my research on him. I'll come back
He's
to
a
you guys
DM.
tomorrow.
When you say research, you mean Google?
What's his name?
No, just
Andre.
like a little 20-minute YouTube.
Look at his comp, look at his stats, look on his FIFA rating, and if it all powers up together,
Now
buy
I'm gonna look
Why
and see what you
Lewis,
gotta do is look and
why
see
is your
if
lower OTC thinks that I needed his help? I understood what he's saying. I was joking. OTC.
Bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna look and see if he those guys that I follow scouting him. I like when the scouts do it.
The long threads. The long
Love
threads.
to love
Music
OTC,
behind
love
it and
to
all that
love.
shit. I don't really like those. That's just
Nah,
those are
scout-
made to make a
scout.
player look good. When the
What's his
scouts
name?
do the videos, they show him fucking up. They show his good stuff. They do all of that. That's when I like. That's why I like the scouts videos.
A
Look,
good one
the
for
reason-
Chelsea,
the
CFC
reason-
Central is very
We're
good.
not.
Yeah,
we're
CFC
not
Pythagoras
actually-
and Boo, CFC Central. They good, man. They like scout these players. They watch whole
Look at
90
people.
minute
Look
games.
at people over here. He reminds me of Xavi Alonso. He does the. He never watched a second of this guy's game, and
Hold on,
look at
hold on.
Chalaba out. He reminds me of Xavi Alonso. No way.
Wait, I'm watching him now, guys. Just chill. Like, let's see what he's saying. Alright, through the legs. Okay.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
dribbling, isn't he? He's like Kovacic. Very press resistant from the comps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have watched him, mate. I believe you. I believe you.
Yeah, he's giving me Kovacic
Well, if I
vibes.
watch 5 minutes of him and he looks a bit like Caicedo, I'm going to run endless prop on the timeline for 24 hours. So when we get
Yeah,
him,
why not?
I can
Why
say I
not?
got
I'm
him
gonna do it too.
Lewis, why we need scouts when you have Chalaba out in the chat? How? We have Chalaba out guy over here. and he like seriously like how we can. You know, with all the smartest people in the world, how the Trump and Biden are the presidents running for president.
Chalaba out, bro. What the fuck did Chalaba do to you? People that hate Chalaba, I be like, why do you hate? Like when you like dislike his hair? Like what the fuck? Why do y'all hate Chalaba so much?
I just don't think people deep in it that we're going to pay 30 or 40 mil for the fifth center back.
Yeah, for the player that's gonna be on his level and shit. It don't make sense to me. We're gonna pay that money for the player that's
and I still think the only reason we're going for that guy is because we have a 20% coupon.
Yeah, of course. If we didn't have that coupon, Alex, we would not be going, man. Hell fucking no. Hell no. We ain't paying no 50 for no Mark Gahey, man.
Everybody blames.
But he's worth what they would pay with the coupon. I'm not gonna lie. He's worth that.
Everybody keeps saying blah 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 how horrible is Cobham, and all of a sudden we keep going for the same Cobham.
Cobham players are good players. They're not horrible. That's bullshit. What pisses me off is people act like every player has to be a world-class fucking player to be considered a good footballer. You do not have to be fucking world-class to be a good footballer. What happened to that? It's like people only like the greatest players. Like that's not how a team is built. Some players on the team are there just for their grit. Simply.
Yeah.
Like Milner. Milner's a grit fucking merchant. He's been a kick-ass.
What I'm saying is if we go into for the center.
We're like linked to Ake kind of a while ago before Koulibaly. It was like, oh yeah, Tuchel wants Ake. And we're all like, hell no.
And people shitted on that.
We're like, hell no. This
I was the one that says no, I want Ake.
I said Ake was the best fucking left back in the Prem last year.
Here's my thing though. I was one of the people who said
he's not even that bad on
don't go for Ake, right? But I've learned, right? Sometimes you have to learn from your fucking mistakes and realize that sometimes it doesn't have to be a flashy player. It doesn't have to be a player that automatically jumps out to you like, yo, physical attributes, everything, blah, blah, blah. It's something that if we're trusting these guys with their scouting, we've trusted what they've done with Badiashile. Now when it comes to him, we're like, he's Cobham, he's this, he's that. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't...
Yeah.
My biggest thing with the whole center back, if you're really going into the market, at least go for the person that you need. Not another left-sided. Just go for the best right-sided and just go for the best. If you're going for just go for number 1. Don't go for number 5 because there is not much difference between them. That's it.
And he's left-sided.
What's the point? And
you can't really label Gahey left-sided because he's played both. So
he played as a youngster. He played as a
right-sided.
Not really
that young. His loan move was as a right-sided. So that was only 2 seasons ago. Because he's played 2 seasons. What
I'm saying is like, why not go for the best if you don't have the best in?
But I mean, how much? Remember, they got the coupon, so they're gonna be paying like maybe 40 or even less.
30, something like. But that's what I'm saying. The only reason we're going for him is because of a coupon.
So all right. So who can we get for 40?
For 40, nobody. But I'm saying like if we're not going for 40, if we like, you don't have to go for like. If what I'm saying is like you don't have to spend money if you don't have to.
I hear you on that.
It's not necessary. Yeah.
I hear you on that. I agree.
You pay what 15, maybe 20 mil for an additional, effectively a last minute.
Next time you come into United States, make sure you pull the car. I'll give you my license plate number, so you will try to approach my car the way you approach the car in New York.
More bids get rejected.
Big up to my G Said. More bids get rejected than Chelsea points last season. I'm here. Last season didn't happen.
I'm gonna tell you what rude awakening that I'm gonna tell y'all about right now.
House Mason Mount, by the way.
Motherfucking that Onana. I think people are overrating Onana. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. Onana is being overrated. He's a steroid merchant.
I just don't know yet.
He's a steroid merchant. And
Who, the Everton one or the?
I think
Oh,
No,
no.
the goalkeeper.
Man, you.
Oh, okay.
When they onion bag
don't
shaking
know.
up this year, I want to see what they saying, man. That shit gonna be shaking. That shit gonna be shaking. Watch. Oh, now all that keeper sweeper shit. That shit. And then worse, they gassing him up. Watch how many fuck ups he do. Please,
Look, who
please.
said Aspilicueta? He has the short hands.
He
Who
is.
said
His
that?
arms
Look.
is short as fuck.
I know, man. I
He has
watched
no
the goal
wingspan,
again.
bro.
I
He
watched the
got the
goal again.
wingspan
I
of a
actually
regular
can
player.
tell you.
He's got that.
I actually, if you watch the goal again, the main fault was Cucurella. Then center
Yes.
back did not
I
track.
also
then,
think Reece James. I think you know when Madsen went to press the
Nah, you going
fullback.
too far
I
back
did
in
not
play,
finish
bro.
my sentence,
Yeah, you
Rodrigo.
going too far back in play. I ain't giving Reece James no blame for that fucking
Yeah,
goal.
that's
Come on,
Reece
man.
James on our side. First of all, that happened on the
No,
left
no, no,
side,
no,
not
no,
right
no, no,
side.
no, no, Alex. If you go back here, watch the sequence
That's
before
too
the ball got
far.
2010.
You gotta go too
No,
far
no,
to give him blame.
no. Can I explain why I think Reece James? You know, when you press, you need to press as a unit. When Ian Maatsen went to press the Newcastle fullback, the one that released the ball to what's the kid? Gordon.
But yo,
right?
bro,
Reece
the
James,
ball had to be. The ball had. Hold on, right, Rodrigo. The ball had to be carried after that and crossed.
No, because it's part of the sequence.
Nah,
You know what Rodrigo trying to do?
Nah, you're going back too
Rodrigo
far,
trying
bro.
to blame monkeys for the AIDS.
No,
Exactly. What the
far.
fuck? It's too.
Let him land. Let him land.
He's not that far. If you watch the goal again, when
I watched it. You going way back into the start
it's
of
not
the
way
play.
back. It's not even. It's two passes. It's not even.
It's not even about the amount of passes. It's about the amount of shit that happened after.
Yes, but
James.
we are a pressing unit.
It doesn't matter. Look how.
It does matter.
Rodrigo.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Wait. All you saying Reece James did. Cucurella.
Okay, let me tell you what Reece James did properly.
Cucurella still had to fuck up.
Yeah. Cucurella, he did messed up. What I'm saying is, when you pressing as a unit, Reece James when Maatsen went to press the fullback, Reece James should have backed it. He should have also close down the space on Golden, because Golden had too much space.
Yeah.
No, but Rodrigo,
Let me finish my point. Actually, that I was gonna say from the beginning.
It was actually your point. Go.
When the pressing was not complete, hold on a second. Based on the pressing, I don't give a crap because the ball actually moved from forward position to the midfield to the defense. As much as I want to blame people that press is inaccurate, ball still had time to travel to the defense. It's not counterattack. It's not counterattack. So if you saying that it's counterattack, it's on you, but it's not. What happened was Cucurella misjudged the pass and he went for the ball, did not get it. It's a crucial part of it. But as a defender, specifically as a center back, this is your main meal. You need to understand your left back. And the guy that was beside him, if you look at his run, he did not anticipate. He's youngster, he's learning. But if he will look at that thing, proper center back would have cut that angle even with Cucurella going for it. He will use, that's why one going wide and the other one just slightly beside him. And he will kind of slightly make sure that if he passes him, he has ground to cover. Youngster didn't do that. I'm not saying the youngster is at fault, but he should anticipate it when next game. This is what coaches will talk to him. Then it comes to the
baby
dinosaur.
Arms. Yeah, baby fucking arms.
No, that's not arms. If you go up, cut the angle lower, he did not even move.
He stood there and then he flopped to the ground when the ball got.
If he would have taken off, he would have closed the gap. The guy literally had open goal finish. If he will go forward towards the player, he would actually cover the angle. The only way he could have scored if he would chip him. And it's harder to do to finish the way he finished. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying Cucurella is at fault, but center back and the goalkeeper could prevented that.
And when I was saying Rich James, I
to
wasn't
an extent, to an extent, the centre back. Okay, the goalkeeper I agree on. Cucurella, I definitely agree on, but the centre back, and this is where I'm having a slight issue with, because if I'm playing centre back and I see Cucurella in that position, if Cucurella cuts in deep, we could actually still prevent him from together to stop him. But if Cucurella then runs forward and bomb forward, and let's say he puts in a good tackle, he can still prevent it. So I think Levi Colwill was putting way too much faith in Cucurella in that circumstance.
It was Humphreys, not
it wasn't Levi Colwill.
Oh, Humphreys, sorry. But it was the same. You know what I mean? He was putting too much faith in that left back, thinking to himself that irrespective of what because there's two right answers. He could have actually sprinted more forward and put in a tackle. He would have still got the ball. He could have tucked in a bit further, let him come in, and then put his 2v1 defending, and still could have got the ball on that side. But what he did is that Cucurella went in half-assed, dropped back half-assed. It was over. It was over for him. So personally, I'm not going to
happen. If you look at the game again, in the 9th minute of that same game, the same sequence happened, but it didn't result to a goal. It was literally the same thing. The reason I'm saying I'm not saying Rich
I
James
understand what you're saying, Rodrigo. I understand what you said. But
you need to squeeze as a unit, because if one person is not squeezing as a unit,
but you
pause
Rodrigo, you're saying it the right thing, but you're applying it to the wrong consequences. The goal was not a result of the bad press. We just need to learn how to press better. But one thing does not have a conversation with another one. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because for me that's what stood out. Like what for me.
You concentrating on how we lost the ball. I'm concentrating on the specific defensive thing. To answer you, OTC, you're wrong, because the new way, and I keep saying that the new way that people are defending lately, the teams defending, they're aggressive and they press higher. So if somebody presses higher, get beat, it's still ground to cover for the other ones. And that's what Cucurella did. He went aggressively, he got beat.
Yeah.
The one problem I have, it's okay for preseason. If Pochettino comes to him and says, look, if you know that you get beat, take the player down. Take a yellow.
I don't think it was aggressive. I don't think it was aggressive when he ran in. I think it was a half-assed attempt. He went in and said, oops, and then ran back again, and it was over.
But that's what I'm saying. No. I'm saying the aggressiveness of it was took off, but he did not use aggressiveness all the way down. The way he took off to it, it's like aggressive, but he did not take it.
He has these tendencies of just going in no man's land. Done that a few times. Well, I think what's going to help him is obviously play Levi Colwill on that side, and he inverts in midfield. He wins those sort of things in midfield. The consequence is not as like key as if you're the last man.
Yeah, they did the last man.
That's why I want him to invert more. You remember in the Brighton game, there was a sequence in the second half. I know Brighton went down to 10 men, but I liked the fact that he was coming in the middle next to Enzo.
He was good. And then the free balls said good.
If you look at the goal, just watch the center back how he adjusts his to the mistake, to the Cucurella's mistake. Just look at that, and you will understand what I'm saying. Like, just
we
watch
have
the
a
center
Fabrizio tweet, people.
We are of Caicedo's conversation.
So, Fabrizio tweet: Chelsea have not left the negotiations. Moises Caicedo, despite reports on Thursday. Deal on as of today. Brighton remain on their stance after 80 million bid revealed and turned down yesterday, but it didn't change Chelsea plans. Chelsea keep contact and talks alive.
That's old. That's an old one. I saw that earlier today. I think it was from Ben Jacobs.
2 minutes.
No, I think it was from Ben Jacobs actually today.
Actually, I trust Ben Jacobs.
What an update.
Fuck Ben Jacobs.
He's in America with the team, so he probably hears stuff because he's like right there, you know.
I don't think he's there.
No, he is, Alex. He is.
I actually saw what's his name? Caicedo. What's the other one that with Chelsea?
Nizar.
Yeah.
Nizar, yeah, I saw him.
Ben Jacob is there as well. Yeah, he is.
If I saw Ben Jacob, I will call
No,
him fraud.
Recycle Romano's a great nickname.
No, it's because people are asking him.
Yeah, that's class. That's class. Recycle Romano.
Stop asking him for an update then.
If someone commented that, he'd get rattled off it too. I've seen him bite a lot of people.
That's class. That's
It's
class.
actually
The
such
you know
a
the
great
Brentford
part.
one, the Brentford fan. That was the funniest one.
Yeah,
Wait,
I
he
just
called-
let him get cooked for like 10 minutes.
What he called his phone, right? He called the kid's phone.
Yeah, he
I
called his
think
phone.
so. I think they're on a Discord or something.
Wait,
That shit
sorry
was
to go back. Wait, sorry to go back. Wait, Alex, I watched the goal again, yeah? I promise you right now, it was mainly Cucurella and the goalkeeper, man.
I'm not saying it's not.
I'll be real. That he could have,
I'm
bro.
not saying.
The only, if the centre back ran in and cut it through, the guy could have just shot sooner. It makes no difference, bro. The centre back, there's nothing he could have done differently. Personally, I don't think the centre back could have done anything differently to prevent the goal.
You know,
Also it's called anticipation. You're not. So you just saying that you're just supposed to stand there and let 1v1 go?
No, but he could have cut it sooner. But I think that the striker could have, Alvaro would have hit it a lot more earlier. It makes no difference in that circumstance because he was already in the box.
I guess we'll agree to disagree. I just think I would have done. I will definitely be closer to Cucurella on that situation.
Yeah.
When Cucurella goes for that challenge, I will cut the angle. That's just me. I will cut the angle.
Yeah.
I think the gap between the centre back and the full back was that wide that it makes that Alvaro would have still ran it and hit it. It makes no difference in terms of the timing.
Doug, mute your mic, man. We don't want to hear you dirty your family laundry.
One more thing that stood out for me is Caicedo need a loan. He's very good. When he has time on the ball, he's very good. He makes good decisions. I think when he gets way too fast for him, he struggles a little bit. But he's an impressive kid. I think he need a good loan. I'll send him to maybe Leicester, somewhere like that.
I swear, man, didn't we just read that thing about FFP? It's not FFP. It's not complete thing. It's just we just didn't complete the whole freaking thing.
Yeah, financial report.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not FFP. It's financial reporting.
I just read it and it didn't say nothing about FFP. It just said that when we applied, we didn't fill it up the complete. What's the name? We didn't fill it up all the papers. Like yeah.
I want to.
No, it's not. With the financial report, it's a yearly thing. So I think companies, especially in the UK, we have to submit a yearly audit, and therefore you have to declare your balance sheet, your finances, and your profit and loss. You can't leave anything off, basically.
How dare
And that's the same thing with UEFA.
It doesn't matter, man. I don't care. Pay the 8 million. I don't care.
Yeah.
That 8 million is sitting in Ty Bowley's couch somewhere.
Yeah.
In a seat. In a fucking seat cushion. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I want to see Andre Santos in a pivot. And
you saw them for the past 3 games. He always in a pivot.
No, they haven't played together. No.
No, him and
Enzo.
Yeah, with Enzo. He hasn't played with Enzo. I want to see. I really like Andre Santos. For me, all the kid, he's the one that really impressed me. He's just
me
the way.
Too. I'm there. I'm with you, Rodrigo. I like a lot of them, but
I like Caicedo actually more.
I'm most impressed by Santos.
No. The number one who most impressed me preseason so far, it's Madsen.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. You're right. Yeah, Madsen.
Well, even that Jackson. Because
no, but he's not as young as them. He's not as young as them. He's 22.
I don't care. He impressed. I never watched him, so for me, everybody who said it was like he's now no. Oh, how we can go with?
Well, I gotta be fair. He's doing exactly
since Jackson 5.
I know we don't go by the comps, but he's doing exactly what I saw in the comps.
The comps always show you the best aspects. It's just it doesn't show you the worst.
And that's what we seeing, man.
Yeah, just never expect it.
Yeah, I didn't expect him to come in and look like the comps.
Yeah,
I actually impressed with Gusto also, Chelsea till I die. I agree with you. Gusto has impressed me a lot.
Oh yeah, Gusto too, yeah. Gusto's been
As a
impressive,
matter of
man.
fact, that Gusto was not spanned by what's his name? Isak, like James was. You need the surgery to untangle James after he spent James like freaking nobody there. I'm surprised James didn't need another surgery after that.
No, Gusto looked
Because
good.
he transitioned him.
I think Gusto needs to work on his crossing. I saw him cross a couple of times and he was a little bit off.
Oh yeah,
That's not on him. That's not. I watched. Oh, that's not on him. And Coco did not feel comfortable. He was physically abused in that midfield. And Gusto was physically beat
I
up.
know what he's talking about. Those crosses was they didn't even make it into the box.
Oh yeah, there's some crosses from Enzo did not make it all the way to Mudryk.
Yeah.
But
The
anyway,
crosses into the box similar to like a Reece James would do. It's not. It needs a bit more work on it.
Look, please pay attention
Last
on
few points
Enzo when
and
he
we'll wrap
plays.
up.
Yeah, please pay attention on Enzo when he crosses far to the right versus to the left, and you will see the difference. How much is the difference?
He's accurate.
He is not accurate whatsoever.
Yeah.
That's why I swear, man, we need to find somebody that passes to Mudryk. And I think the only one who can do it is Colwill, because Colwill is actually really good at it. Because it's kind of annoying. You can see Enzo, you can see Mudryk was always open on the left side, and Enzo refuses to pass it. And one time after the corner kick or something, free kick, the ball bounced to Enzo, and Enzo tried to pass across it to Mudryk. And it was like, do what? Jimmy, mute yourself if you order your McDonald's. But
oh, I have another issue with Chilwell and.
You want to make a bet, David, as that he never passed to Mudryk? You want to make a bet?
Right, big up Dinishan that says Maatsen starts versus Liverpool. Poch rates this kid. If he keeps playing like this, yes, he has to.
I think
where would you? No. I don't.
If he plays the way he plays, there's nobody benches him.
Yeah.
Nobody on the team.
He plays on the right.
Y'all wildin'.
Do you know what? Fair enough. It's fair enough because
For me
Benfica's
now,
not going to be fit.
You guys think
and Sterling's been shit.
You think Chilwell can play with
Sterling
Mudryk?
is shit, man.
Maatsen played better on the left.
Go back to Jamaica. Jimmy, are you Jamaican?
Yes, sir. What's up?
Take Sterling.
Take Sterling back.
No. Y'all can keep him. We got Whispers now. Whispers is the new cap.
Yeah, I've got a question.
Swear, man, you're supposed to be better with. Corny needs loan. You were right. Super Pochettino, right? Corny needs loan.
Yeah.
Needs loan and no loan.
Yeah,
I actually think Maatsen is better in that position than Carney.
Chilwell and Mudryk, I don't know if they can play in the same team. I just have a question mark on that. Ben Chilwell and Mudryk.
Yeah, Ben Chilwell.
Yeah, I was saying that before. Chilwell's an inverted a wing back. He's going to be taking Mudryk's space.
Yeah, he causes traffic because they were running along the same
That's
channels.
why
a lot of them run backwards and then they go inwards.
That's why Mudryk dribble onto his left foot to cross the balls.
Yeah.
Do you know you don't realize that's the reason why
he has to? Yeah.
He has to do because for some reason Chilwell thinks that he's better on inverted than Mudryk on inverted. And I beg you the difference.
And what
we could be better with Cucurella because Cucurella can kind of drop a bit more in the centrally, and then just through ball to Nkunku.
Cucurella does not like to advance that high, which gives Mudryk all the space he wants.
All the space he needs. Yep.
Yeah, and the through balls that he's done to Jackson and
balls, exactly.
And Colwell can make the passes over the top to him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think for the balance of the team,
preseason twice already, every game.
And I think as well, if you see the way
why people so freak out when people watching games 2 times.
I mean, Cucurella is a little allergic to overlapping though, so.
No, he's good. Doug, let me tell you why.
He's allergic.
He doesn't have.
We don't need that. Why do we need to overlap when we've got a good dribbler with Mudryk?
Let me tell you why Cucurella is better there, because in the build-up here, we always built with 3, and then one of the fullback become a third
Stay
center
back.
back. When we play with Chilwell, is Malo Gusto that was making the third centre back. But obviously now James is back. You want Rhys James to be pushing really high, and then you want Cucurella to make that third centre back because Thiago Silva, bless him, he doesn't have the legs to defend in wide.
Yeah.
So you
I agree with you. For a big team, I agree with you. But when we're playing like a low block, you're going to need
even a low
players
block
to overlap.
You're gonna have Chilwell running into the. Chilwell will play well with Maatsen because Maatsen.
Yeah, again, it's situational. It's situational. It's good to have all these options.
Supreme. You said that what's his name? Mudryk does not do much inverted, so you can see why Cucurella doesn't combine with Mudryk at all. I respect. Fuck the respect. I never. When I say that, I don't mean it. So I'm not respecting or anything. I'm just gonna debate your point. It's a false narrative that you're saying. It's a false situation that you're saying because Mudryk's best thing is run into space. The more players you bring there, the smaller space
You're taking up
becomes.
fucking space. Exactly. The kid is a Mustang,
so
bro.
does not overlap only one way because, first of all, to overlap it, Mudryk already has to invert. So before Mudryk inverts, Cucurella cannot overlap. But when Mudryk already inverts, he's so fast, Cucurella don't even have a time to overlap.
He ain't got time. Exactly. He ain't got fucking time.
The guy is fast, man. And you see it when you look at him live. Dude, that freaking thing is like energy batteries.
And you know what I'm thinking about, Alex? You know when Colwell gets that first pass off of the fucking keeper, he's not gonna have to go into a Caicedo. There's gonna be opportunity where Mudryk is gonna be ready to go. They're gonna have that connection. It's gonna be look, go now, and I'm just gonna shoot this bitch forward.
No, Onana is a DM,
and that's where he's most effective.
Yeah, and that's where Mudryk is gonna be his most dangerous. When you just shooting that ball over the top, he getting that ball running, and you're gonna have fucking Jackson
Can you
and
imagine Fabregas at Chelsea
crashing that box behind him. You want him to run wild into that box and take a shot. Don't wait for anybody.
Can you imagine Fabregas with Mudryk in the same team?
Oh, Jesus Christ. He's just dropping them balls, pinging them balls over top. Imagine Mudryk with Mata. Oh, my gosh.
Boy.
Oh,
do you know what?
Gosh.
Mudryk, one thing I like about him as well is that once he's running and once he's creating that space as well, there's always one or two defenders near him. So when you've got Nkunku there and you've got Jackson there, I'm telling you, all they got to do.
And what I want him to do more, what I see him do the last game, put shots on the goal. Pepper that keeper, because his shot is so. He shoots with so much power. It's gonna have to get parried. You not gripping his back. It's gonna get parried. Create more shots on goal.
Do you know what? If he gets parried as well, I can see a lot of goals where
with Jackson and Nkunku, running in on those, crashing that box. Because if you look at Jackson, you see when he came back to what you call it and said, "Trust me more." That's them over the top passes. He wants them too. If you got to worry about if you a center back and you stuck in between Mudryk and Jackson both making runs, like come on, man. Oh yeah, who wrote that? Who wrote that?
You think wrote that? Ziyech, man.
Ziyech. Habibi.
Big up,
Ziyech. You have no fucking shame, bro.
I really hope they build that. I really hope Poch build that connection.
And that's why I think that people don't realize how much I want Caicedo, because Caicedo knows that. Caicedo knows that because he plays with what's his name?
Matoma, man. Yes. They know how to get that ball to fucking Matoma. Could you imagine if Mudryk played for De Zerbi? Oh gosh.
He did play for De Zerbi. That's how he
I'm talking about
became
in the Prem. He would fucking abuse these center backs.
Or if Mudryk played on the right, Enzo would have been feeding him a lot because he's on the other.
Enzo would have been feeding him, exactly.
For real, man. Like we gotta use Mudryk.
I want somebody to pass to Mudryk with what's his name? With quality balls, not the STD balls, the one that you got on Fatur. because now Fatur is Habibi. It looks like it's transmittable.
Oi, you wrongin'.
Oi.
No, Modric.
Anyway.
I'm very looking forward to his Chelsea season. Very much.
I just hope we utilize his quality. By the way, the kid can actually shoot.
Mm-hmm.
It is good shooter on the target.
And he shoots with aggression. Yes, a lot of power in his shot.
It's not the Raheem Sterling shot.
His combination with Jackson. I think they're building something there. Him and Jackson. There's like an understanding. Hopefully they build that more.
Yep. What's that? Mim Yang, black, white, whatever.
Yeah, Yin Yang. Yeah.
Yin Yang.
Yin and Yang. Yeah.
What's his name? Jackson 5 with freaking the bully. I love the bullying on the guy. Yo.
Yeah. That was
He's
awesome.
skinny. He's skinny, but he's got some power.
Yo, Taya, don't make me lose respect to you. Don't make me lose respect that I never had for you in the first place, but don't make me lose your respect to you, Tayo.
What do you put?
Broken man version of Werner. Are you serious?
Oh, come on, man.
Did you see what he did to the what's his name to the right back, Newcastle right back in the tight space? How much?
Yeah, Trippier.
Yeah, Trippier. Do you see, seriously, man? Timo Werner only think he. Oh my word, he said Timo.
Would Timo Werner have done that half volley? Would Timo Werner do that half volley? No, fam. That's the answer.
He would have tried.
And why
He would have tried, and then it would have just been rolling like
And he would have killed the hot dog vendor in the second fucking row.
The ball would end up in Brave Stadium.
For real. He would have broke somebody's
Even though
neck
it was
with
a
that
closed
shot.
door stadium.
It would have hit the keeper. I'm telling you, it just would have hit the keeper, or it just would have been rolling through, and the keeper just pick it up and just be like, "Fantastic." But
we got an issue with Sterling, man. I don't know.
Big issue.
Oh, yes,
Big
we
issue.
do. Yes, we do. Big fucking issue.
Something Alex Goldberg said. What Alex Goldberg said?
What Alex Goldberg said.
Who
Even
the
that
fuck is
kid
Alex Goldberg?
played better than him. That 18-year-old kid from Brazil.
no, Sterling needs to step up. I'm sorry,
Oh,
but
yeah,
he needs-
Angelo.
Yeah.
Yeah, Angelo, he's played well.
Caicedo news coming apparently.
Uh-oh.
From who?
But how about
Not sure.
how about they just put in that $90 million bid, and if they reject that, say, hold on, hang on, we'll be right back. And just never come back.
Bro, that's what I'm telling you. Do not see after 90.
Lewis, I sent
For
you
me,
DM
back off
of
is
the
85.
ZH.
80. Yeah, I would go 90. I would go.
People.
And then even what Alex said, the 90 plus 10, but my plus 10 would be like Champions League. We win Champions League, then you get that 10.
Or with the
Transfer
treble or
request.
something like that.
Yeah.
People send the transfer request.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
They saying he's gonna put in the transfer request? Oh, okay. They're gonna go and officially say lower that.
Caicedo
fucking
and his
tag.
representative set to ask Brian to lower the 100 million price tag.
Yeah, lower it to fucking 90. Yeah, 90.
About time.
85 plus
Lewis,
5.
he's
What do you think,
moving.
Alex? 85 plus 5, right?
Actual update.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Lewis, I DM you ZH drop.
I say 85 plus 5, man. And bring this
Yeah.
man on.
Yeah. Send the DM.
Oh,
Yeah,
do you send it
that's
to my
fair.
other account?
That's fair.
Yeah, the one that
That's
you
my
send me
final
the
offer.
link
Yeah.
all the time. I forgot.
85
85
plus
plus 5, man. Come on. Let's get it
Yeah.
done.
For me, with Caicedo, see, this is very important, yeah? When you go into that negotiation room and you ask them, don't ask politely, bro. Just throw a couple glasses at the wall, start acting aggressive.
That's Ekbali
Come on.
move right there. When Ekbali
Yeah.
come in, you know some
Yeah,
gangster
yeah.
shit about to happen.
100%.
We gotta laugh. It's a Friday.
Yeah. When Ekbali go in,
That
that's when
one,
he
that
come
one
out.
might be too loud.
Like, Ekbali with waterboarding
But they said
these guys.
Ekbali and the dude for Benfica got into a shouting match. Like they was about to fight. Like I'm like, what the fuck?
No,
Come
man,
on. Are you sure? Lewis, I'm waiting.
Ekbali's.
I ain't bringing that one up. I ain't bringing
You can
that
tell that people are shook of him, man. Don't mess with Ekbali.
Ah, man, it's funny.
But
I
but
think
as
it's kind of coincidence. All of a sudden, De Zerbi said it this today for the first time that maybe
Yeah.
there's a potential, and all of a sudden there is something.
Yeah, because out of nowhere, De Zerbi talking about, oh, we have a what he said. I have a
we
player
need
in
it.
mind, but I'm
We
not
will
gonna
know
say
who.
who.
Yeah,
He better not say who, because if he did, every fucking body in the Prem would put their bid in right now. Everybody. I'll put a bid in. Shit. Yeah, man.
trust me,
Everybody will put a bid in.
But Caicedo can't go into that negotiation room and start folding, man. With his
Caicedo is
representative.
Anyway.
keen to force for a move to Chelsea. Let's
Wow.
go.
yeah,
See, this is what I'm saying. This is
We
what I'm
was just
saying.
saying it earlier. We gotta.
I
gotta
was the
do
one that
something.
said put some balls on the line and
Yeah.
put them transfer request. He heard
Yeah,
me.
put your lips on it, Caicedo. No homo.
Do you think Johnny in the chat was Caicedo and he heard me?
Why are you obsessed with that name? Man?
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know.
Why is Fatur talking like he swallowed the microphone?
The microphone's up his ass.
Anyway.
Oh.
You guys think
you know how to use a microphone, Fatur?
Yes, I do. I do know how to use a microphone.
You're using the wrong hole.
Yes, I'm aware. You nit.
He said Ekbali put
Doesn't
his gun
sound
on
like
the
you're
table.
aware.
Yeah,
Wait,
that's
what's
what it
that?
looked like. Ekbali walk in with fucking Alex rifle on his shoulder. Like, look, we here for fucking Caicedo, man. What is that?
you know with Brighton model, yeah? I know he's working now, but I think in the long run they're gonna run into issue where a lot of players will not trust them anymore, and then they're gonna have to start.
Oh, you know what, Rodrigo? When I went to Brit, that was the last point I forgot when I was saying it's Brighton's model. Well, before I went into the chiropractor, that's another thing you guys can't forget. Young players looking at Brighton might go, hold up. If Brighton gonna be doing this, we're not gonna go there.
Yeah, they're gonna go there and ask for a release clause when they
It's not
sign the
even that
contract.
deep, in my opinion.
There's no
Just get
line in the release
don't
clause.
do verbal agreements.
Yeah, they're gonna go there knowing I want a release clause. So Brighton gotta if Brighton want to keep those players coming in and not putting release clauses in, they better give him this. Give him this fucking
buyout clause. Something is not illegal. Something is not illegal in.
I think okay. So in the Premier League, you can't just trigger the release clause and just grab the player like you do in La Liga. In the Premier League, you have to negotiate and the player has to agree effectively. So you can't just buy out. You can't just buy it and then just take the player with you. That's not how it works in the Premier League. No, sorry. In La Liga, you don't negotiate with the club. You buy like a buyout clause and then you take the player. You don't need to negotiate with the club.
Yeah, not at all. Yeah.
Whereas,
something is illegal. I don't know if it's a buyout clause or release clause. Something is illegal.
Release clause is legal because McAllister, for example, that went to Liverpool.
Yeah, but that's a different. McAllister had release clause, not the buyout clause.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he had a release clause.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Bryson might be laughing now, yeah, but in the long run, 10
Never
years,
mentioned. Why you spend £5 on £9 million? Add some freaking
Big up to
zeros to
Naval
that.
Nation. Chelsea got fined £9 million by UEFA. Yeah, Barca 20 years, I'm guessing, of cheating. Nothing heard since. How typical. Didn't Barca have some case about referees?
Yeah, we're not even talking about City. So if Chelsea, if you're doing it, keep doing it. I respect you hustle, lie, cheat, whatever it takes. I don't blame you.
We reported our own errors from the old regime. So
Just
it's
don't get
fine. It's genuinely not that deep. It's not that deep.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you for
don't
your
believe
donation.
in.
It's nothing to be concerned about.
Yes, Iqbali is Russian.
Yeah, I know that point. It's quite easy to prove that you haven't reported.
It's easier to say sorry than ask for approval.
Hold on, wait. Ekbali's Russian.
No, he's not. He's Iranian.
I thought he was Iranian.
Iranian descent.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought he was Iranian.
Yeah.
To be fair, Ekbali, fam. I'm glad that we got
sarcastic, yes.
Ekbali's gangster. He's gangster.
He's definitely put a pistol on someone's head before. I'm telling you, he's done it before.
I wouldn't put it back, yeah, for real.
Exactly.
No, you know what's scary? The other guy. There are two of them. There is a Italian Feliciano.
Yeah. I'm telling you, there's one when the Brighton director goes in his car, like sits in his front wheel, there'll be a gun back of his head, be like,
Bali is from
Have you seen
Israel.
Tony?
I beg you different, man. That's definitely not true.
What's
Yeah,
that?
they're saying he's Iranian American.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
You know Tony
Yeah, we're
Bloom,
legal now.
Yeah, he's legal. Yeah, we legal.
We are,
Tony Bloom is
properly
actually-
democratic ran team.
We have democracy.
Yeah, leave us the fuck alone.
Yeah, we've been properly democratized. We feel the democracy now. We're well overturned.
Have you not seen Tony Bloom? He's such a small guy. He's like,
Yeah, a little short fuck with a big nose.
Still Chelsea, bro.
Yeah, little short fuck with a big nose.
Imagine Ekbali standing over him saying, "Bro, you gotta sell us."
But Rodrigo, you see, he be in the crowd with he be in the fucking stands with the crowd.
Get him away from Chelsea.
Yeah,
and he be going fucking nuts. You see him like he's mixed in amongst them like he's a. That's brave. That's fucking brave for an owner. That's brave, bro. That's brave.
Bro,
what did he do?
Fuck.
What did he do?
Brave. He the owner Tony Blow. He be amongst the crowd, Brighton fans.
fans.
The owner.
Oh.
Like they got
Yeah, because
of
they're
him.
happy. They finished for the first time in a European competition. Of course, he's brave. He ain't gonna go when we're in relegation. Bet you that. He ain't gonna be that brave.
I think it's brave either way, man. I don't
Nah,
know.
I
It's
don't
brave
think
either
so.
way.
Like, now, when you're up, when you're winning,
He's brave
it's not
because
bravery.
if we get in relegations on, he ain't going in the stands.
He's gonna hire security. If they're in relegations on, he's gonna hire security.
Play someone of his size as well, because he's so tiny.
If we're getting relegated, Ekbali will walk right in Stamford Bridge, and niggas, everybody will turn their head when he walk by.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. 100%.
Turn their
Ekbali
fucking
command
head.
respect.
They saying Pies tweet. Get on your job, Lewis. Where you at? Lewis
Bro, I'm
Matson.
just
Lewis
finishing my
Matson.
food. I'm finishing my food. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Oh shit.
Caicedo is keen to force
Yeah,
it.
Caicedo's keen to force through a move to Chelsea. Good. It's about fucking time.
Finally.
Now we're seeing some push from Caicedo's reps. This will get done.
100%. They
This will
probably
get
told
done.
him, like, they probably gave him a figure, said, listen, we'll accept anything if it's anything above 80. 80 mil came in through. They've rejected it immediately. Didn't even have to think about it. He's knocking on the front door next day saying, yo, bro, what's
I know
going on
that.
here?
I know when that news got out that the 80 got rejected. I know Caicedo probably sat up in his chair like, hold up. Like, hold up. Like, hold the fuck up. They ain't take the 80. Like, hold up. Y'all gotta hold up. Go get my shoes. Go get my shoes.
I'll meet you tomorrow. Tomorrow morning.
Yeah, that shit would have made me sit up in my chair. Like, something ain't right. Something ain't right.
He's about to cost them the summer series. Start scoring some own goals.
For real, like, sell me, goddammit. They record sale is like 62? They got for fucking Cucurella?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they got 60 million from Arsenal in January.
And
shit. Look at the headline. Put that headline up there.
Owner Begdad Bali has violated Brighton owner Tony Bloom with a Kimura submission. Negotiations will continue over 24 hours. 4 hours ahead. All sorts. I believe him.
He said Ekbali gonna bite the head off of a seagull in the negotiating room, man.
That's a little fry seagull.
Walking in a dead seagull saying, listen, this is going to happen to you if you don't give us Caicedo. Walking in a dead seagull, fam.
Yeah, we need Caicedo, man. I don't want to go to somebody else. But if they did, I would understand it. But we got to get him in there. Get him in there.
It's a big statement if we bring him in as well. We can wait, we can grind out, but we will fucking get our player. No matter
At least
what happens.
and he'll be able to get one game in against what? Dortmund? He'll be able to get one in against Dortmund.
Yeah.
He's already sharp.
We might even have like an indoor friend, like a behind the closed door friendly, because we have 2 weeks after Dortmund.
After that, yeah, they probably will have another game. Yep.
Yeah.
Didn't we have one last year? Who did we play last year? Behind closed doors. Was it Forest?
I think Dortmund's on the.
I think it was Brentford. It was Brentford.
Yeah, Brentford. It was Brentford. Yeah. I think it was
Remember,
Brentford.
Havertz got a hat trick.
Yeah, Havertz had a hat trick. And then he took like another 6 months to score 3 more goals.
Yep. That was it for the next 6 months.
Fucking bum, man.
Yeah, I highly doubt we're going to squeeze in an additional friendly after Dortmund, because I think the Dortmund one's in America on the Thursday.
Caicedo.
The following Sunday is.
He's not coming from an outfit where they're out of shape. Brighton is not an out of shape team. So as long as he's in training with them, he'll come in shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll come in shape. Yeah, that's not a park the bus team. He's gonna come in shape.
Yeah, and it don't come across as one of those players that needs to get familiarized with the people around him, because the people in the midfield or in the defense, he can probably slot in a lot of teams.
Will you guys be happy if? Will you guys be happy if Caicedo is the last signing we make this window?
No, because I want to keep.
No, we need a 10. We need a goalkeeper.
I want to keep it so bad. If Brighton was smart, they wouldn't have mentioned Kudus. Now they screwed themselves. They don't have extra strategy.
Take both of them. Fuck you.
They're just doing what other clubs have been doing. Now you put the ball in our court, which is true. If we get Caicedo and Kudus, that'd be fucking funny. I'm not gonna lie, that would be an ultimate fuck you.
And Colwell, and we keep Colwell.
Oh yeah, we keep Colwell. Colwell ain't
and
going.
We offered him Gallagher.
Yeah.
Oh no, they can keep Gallagher. They can take Gallagher.
I read that Naval Nation saying if Brian was smart, they wouldn't have mentioned Kudus. Now they screwed themselves. They don't have actual strategies. They're just doing what other clubs have been doing. Now you put the ball in our court. Maybe since they lost some of their scouts, but didn't they have some youth players score twice against Brentford in the last friendly?
Yes,
I feel like
the
they just spawned wonder kids.
Yep.
They just spawned wonder kids.
Adriga or something like that. Adriga.
Yeah, the Ivory Coast, yeah.
Yeah, so God knows, Brighton are probably the most comfortable team in terms they could lose whoever they want. Someone else will pop in and it'll be just as good. That's ridiculous.
Who impressed Dahoud guy, the midfielder, the guy for free from Dortmund.
Yeah, from Dortmund.
He reminds me so much of Gundogan. He plays like Gundo.
This year I'm going to be watching a lot of Leipzig games because I like to see who the next fucking $70, $80 million player they're going to be selling next year. They do it every fucking year, man.
We have another friendly on August the 4th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a game for Ukraine.
No, that's for Pension. It's not no first team will be in that. It'll be like
okay.
Yeah. That's probably what we
explain.
No. Maybe I don't think so.
I don't think Shevchenko is meant to be playing too.
Yeah,
I think Shevchenko. Yeah, you're right. Shevchenko is playing. I remember that. Because Lee Gunner was clowning him. You know, Lee Gunner hates that dude. That should be funny when he goes in on Shevchenko. That should be having me dying, man. When he goes in on Shevchenko.
He means Zinchenko.
Yeah, he don't like Shevchenko, man. Not at all.
Yeah, because we usually play like a final preseason game at Stamford Bridge or in England. But this year, I don't think we have one. We have like a gap, like 10
Anyway, I think it's something can be fixed. So I gotta go, guys. So I'll see you later.
No worries.
Big up.
So who's in it?
I gotta put this split down. Holy shit, I'm high as fuck.
A number of former Chelsea players: Carvalho, Chapman, Joe Cole, Kudacini, Drinkwater.
Drinkwater? What the fuck?
No way.
Dallas, Jimmy Floyd, Hasselbank, Glenn Johnson, Makaleli.
Who invited that fucking alcoholic? Yo, you know what? He might be there for like an after party. He might be there for the after party. They like, you know what? You know who can fucking party? Drinkwater. Yeah, bring him on. Invite Drinkwater. Yeah, invite him.
Why is Drinkwater there?
Bro,
that is a great fucking question.
I'm hearing all sorts of legends and.
Wow. How many games did he play for us? About 10?
Like, yeah, about 10. No. He had some good game time for us in 17-18.
He
I
scored a
always said
couple goals.
quietly he was our second best centre mid that season. That's how
Yeah, he scored.
starving.
Yeah, I remember he scored a couple goals.
I love Fabregas, but he was done out by then. That guy had no legs. No legs.
Nah, man,
Poor
I
Becky
can't
over.
believe Drinkwater's there, man.
Yeah.
Bro,
Drink water.
I'm telling you, he's there for vibes. The after party gonna be popping. Drinkwater gonna be in there getting that shit going.
oh man, that guy.
Somebody got to bring
Keep
the
it away
vibes at
from
the
the
after
free bar.
party. Man. It's gonna
Keep
be
it away from the
Drinkwater.
bar.
What?
Fucking mad. Well, we're just about to wrap up, but Prime's joined. So what are you saying, Prime?
Hello, everyone.
Prime.
Hello.
Yeah. What's been the topics of discussion?
You
Fucking
really?
hell, ever.
You showed up on Black People Time today, huh? 'Cause we was just checking out. You talking about what's the topic of discussion?
Speaking of black people, when's that nigga Caicedo coming in?
For real, bro.
I don't
Hopefully
know.
by the weekend finish, man.
Cool.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap up. Right. Big up everybody that's locked in. Who are we redirecting to?
Who's live right now?
Redirect to Chelsea Fan TV. Charlie's live. Everyone head over
All
to
right,
Chelsea.
yeah, I'm gonna see what Charlie talking about.
Big up everybody. Hit the like and subscribe button. We're out. And as always, up the Chelsea.